Just toast. I'm gonna think about it some.
FOTMs, do you know what time it is? It's toast time. Toast, featuring Stu Stone, Cam Gordon, and Toronto Mike.
That's toast. Yeah, just toast.
Yeah, here we go.
Stu's in the basement next week.
Nice.
Cam's here on April Fool's Day. Welcome to episode 1633 of Toronto Mics, proudly brought to you by Great Lakes Brewery, a fiercely independent craft brewery who believes in supporting communities, good times, and brewing amazing beer. And we're going to crack open beers before noon.
Breakfast beer.
Yeah. Breakfast beer. Order online for free local home delivery in the GTA. Palma Pasta. Enjoy the taste of fresh, homemade Italian pasta and entrees from Palma Pasta in Mississauga and Oakville. RecycleMyElectronics.ca. Committing to our planet's future means properly recycling our electronics of the past. Building Toronto's Skyline. A podcast and book from Nick Iones, sponsored by Fusion Corp Construction Management, Inc. And Ridley Funeral Home, pillars of the community since 1921. Joining me today for Toast, it's Rob Preuss and Bob Willette.
Yeah.
Welcome back, guys. Even though it's been probably only a month since you guys were here, it feels like a lot's happened.
Yep.
I think we've had a whole lifetime in the past month.
Yeah,
there's been a few things. Yeah,
life is moving slowly because there's lots of dramatic developments like every fucking hour.
Time moves slowly.
but there's the days are long, but the years are short.
Yeah, exactly true.
So where I want to begin is about the hockey game on Thursday night. So, are you two dialed into this tournament?
Yeah.
Do you care? Will you be watching on Thursday night when Canada takes on USA?
Yeah, so I honestly thought it was going to be a dud tournament.
Yeah.
I swear I thought it was going to be like a bunch of all-star games. A bunch of guys with their sticks doing this. And then that game, that USA-Canada game was like, oh my God. This is amazing.
It was crazy.
It's great. I love it. Yeah, and I have some news to share. I will actually be on the air live Thursday night on Indy 88 because they've asked me to go live 6 days a week now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, congrats, right?
Congrats.
But do you need a break 6 days a week? Sounds like a job.
Yeah, it is a job.
I bet you're thriving, though.
It is a job, and but you know, not to get too much about me right now, but they're seeing real increase in numbers when I'm on the air.
Nice.
Hey, do we get partial credit, Rob? the cross promotion with Toast?
That's right. That's
All right,
right.
Bob, you are the best thing on Toronto radio as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, thank you. That's very
So
nice.
you'll be reporting on the game on Thursday night.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one because I go 6 to 10, so I'm going to have to talk about the game.
Yes.
I don't know how I'm not going to. So I got to figure it out.
You just give score updates as you go.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
live and local.
Yeah.
And then you'll be done in time to watch the overtime.
Yeah, it's true.
That's amazing.
Yes.
And oh my goodness, I'm already nervous, but I got to say, so
unbelievable.
I entered this tournament lukewarm on it, like, what is this thing you've invented? And now I have to care about the four nations.
Yes.
And then I tuned in for Sweden,
Yeah.
and my 10-year-old for the first time seemed to care about hockey or whatever.
Yeah.
And we're watching, and then right away, you might remember, we got a power play, I think, and then McDavid to Crosby.
Yes, that was
and then behind the back.
Less than a minute into the
Nate
power play.
McKinnon scores. And honestly, at that moment, I'm like, oh, I really want to win this thing.
Yeah.
It was an instant thing.
I know.
I said, if Canada makes the final, cancel. We had a gathering at the Imperial Pub, and I canceled it.
Great.
And I care very much about winning on Thursday night.
very
And
exciting.
I'm already a little anxious about it.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
It's going to be exciting. Oh, man.
You'll be in. You'll be.
I'll be back home.
You'll be
Yep.
back home.
Yep.
Yes. Now,
So Rob, have you been watching?
Yes, I was driving up on the night of the Canada-USA game, and I had my little YouTube TV on with my directions.
Oh, nice.
So as I was driving, I was listening,
Yeah.
and like the beginning, like holy shit,
The 3 fights in 9 seconds.
fights in 9 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
it was
amazing.
crazy, and the
Yeah.
thing they're getting the best numbers they've gotten in years on NBC
Wow.
Sports down
Good,
there.
good.
It had the best hockey numbers they've had
Because
in
they
years.
tuned in for a hockey game and they got the boxing match.
Which is what they want in the states.
Yep.
And this fucking Kachuk brothers are perfect
Oh my
heels.
God.
They
right?
really
Like,
are.
And then the story about their dad in '96 or
Yeah,
whatever.
Keith.
Holy
Yeah,
Yeah.
Keith Kachuk was also a bastard.
It's unbelievable.
It's
And
like
he did the same thing.
It's like wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like they scripted this fucking thing,
Yep.
and I mean, oh my god, I don't know what percentage of this country will be tuning in or whatever,
I
but
know.
It'll do
with
all right.
everything else. So we're gonna get back to Indy actually in a moment. There are congrats on the live stream, live.torontomike.com. Congrats to you, Bob.
Yes.
Jeremy Hopkin is there. VP says Canada needs more Nico Dawes in goal.
Yeah, I was thinking about Nico because with Sidney Crosby playing on the team, Nico was up with New Jersey last month, and he played. He did a game against Pittsburgh,
Oh,
and
wow.
he won. It went into overtime, seven. What do you call it? Shootout. Seven round shootout.
Wow.
And Sidney Crosby is one of them, and he won. He got him. Yeah,
That's amazing.
I know, it was crazy.
How crazy is that for your nephew to be like looking up and there
I
and
know.
he's facing Sidney Crosby?
But I mean, when he was with New Jersey a couple years ago, he faced. Was it Ovechkin? Is that his name?
it would have been. Yeah, it would have been with Washington.
With
yeah.
Washington.
Yeah, of
but
course.
like all those kind of beastie players, you know.
Wow.
So
That's amazing.
I know it's crazy.
So Rob, how long have you lived in the United States of America?
Almost 24 years.
And
Isn't that weird?
You're only 30 years old.
I know,
That's
it's the
amazing.
weirdest thing.
Unbelievable. Okay.
Yep.
So you live in New York State.
Queens, New York. Yep.
Queens. I've heard of Queens.
Yep.
Wow. It's in a lot of rap songs I listen to. Okay. So what is the mood? Like, what are your thoughts as a proud Canadian?
Yeah.
Just making sure. Just making sure. A proud Canadian living in the States.
Yeah.
And Trump like fucking won't drop this 51st state bullshit.
I know. I'm gonna get a good Canadian T-shirt when I'm crossing the border tomorrow.
There you go.
Right now, open it.
Well, this is in Ontario.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, I like that.
Cool, right? Black Maple Trading, I think it's called.
And is that part of the coat of arms?
Yeah,
like
I think so.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
wow.
Yeah, I found that online. It was.
I like that.
And I got my Cherry Blossom button.
Yeah, I like that. too.
R.I.P. Cherry Blossom. Shout out to Ridley Funeral Home.
And as we discussed last toast, just in one nutshell, is that if you were old enough to remember the ad for Cherry Blossom,
Yeah.
you have a whole different thought on this confectionery
Yeah, for sure.
item. And Bob and I were too young for that ad.
I never
Yeah.
saw that.
So
No.
we don't really care about
You don't
Cherry
care.
Blossom.
My
I
mom
know.
liked them.
Yeah, because she remembers the
Yeah,
ad.
yeah.
It's just
I
another.
used to buy them from
It's
her.
one more nostalgic
It's
nail in the
pre-ad
coffin.
and post-ad. It's like
Yeah.
they should have brought that back for us
Yep.
80s kids or whatever. Okay,
Yep.
so tell me, what are your thoughts on?
Well,
I know my thoughts because I've been sharing it on
on
the
the
show.
Canadian, you mean the Trump
51st
bullshit?
state
Yeah, it's
rhetoric.
bullshit. It's stupid.
It's just a distraction.
It's a stupid distraction.
It's just a distraction.
Yeah.
Guys. That's all it is. It's just so he can dismantle. Watch John Oliver last. I
gotta watch the episode,
You
I know.
watch John Oliver's
Yeah,
new
yeah.
episode. All these people have been saying it online
Yep.
that are much smarter than I.
Yep.
And it's just a distraction so that he can actually, there's checks and balances in the American. That's why the Congress can only do so much, and Senate can only do so much, and the White House can only do so much, and they all have to be. They all check and balance. They're trying to destroy those checks and balances.
Well,
Doge is doing it. They're doing that while saying we're going to take Greenland. We're going to take this.
Yeah.
We're going to. All that bullshit
It's all
is
bullshit.
just bullshit.
Yeah.
They have no intention of doing
But
that.
the biggest extra bullshit is that he pulled in the Gaza thing.
Gaza thing.
We're going to make a luxury resort.
Also
Fuck that
distraction.
shit.
No, I
Yeah.
get the distraction, but you do know in early March with one signature by Trump and
Yeah.
the tariffs are in place.
Yes.
like it's a distraction that we could have real world ramifications.
yeah, of course, the
Like,
trade.
he could fuck up our economy for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
His so-called closest ally.
Yeah, well, he's playing these kind of games to fuck up a lot of people around the world now. So everybody's going to have to retreat into their own individual sort of protection.
Just fuck up your own country.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's doing that well.
It's amazing how insular he's making his own country.
Yeah.
Not unlike Germany in the
Yeah.
30s. Like it's identical. What the nationalism that he's trying to cater to.
Yeah.
It's insidious and like incestual what he's doing.
Part of the weird thing, though, is that if you look at the numbers of the results of the election, it's like point something difference in the voters that voted for Harris who voted for Trump. So whenever they talk about, well, we have a mandate to like do these things for the American people, it's like, fuck that. You don't. You barely got more votes than Harris did.
Yeah.
So
But he does have the mandate. But
yeah.
one last thing on this, because it's already irritating me. We got to crack open Great Lakes. We got to do a quick check-in with Bobby, and then we got to get to our Space Jams. And I got the origin story here loaded up. But Rob, I'm looking in the eyes. Come home. We want you home.
Yeah,
come home.
Even my wife the other day was like, we talk about it.
It's time.
We talked about it over the years.
Yeah?
Anyways.
time.
Because she's American.
She's American. She's from California originally.
Go to California then, at least.
But we talk about it once in a while, and she knows, that I love seeing my mom up here and my sister's up here as well.
And us.
And you guys, of course. But,
We're on that list.
The
Yeah.
FOTMs are here.
It's really interesting because the life that we live there we're pretty well established in our life there, but I would fucking move up here in a second if this bullshit continues.
Got really
I'm not
bad,
afraid of at all of coming back. In fact, sometimes when I go back to the States and I get to the border, I hope they'll ask me some fucking
Okay,
shit.
so
Because
anecdotally-
I have no problem speaking my mind.
So John Wing was on this program in the last couple of
I
weeks.
loved listening to your.
Who for 20-something years, I can't remember how long, but
Yeah.
for decades he's lived in California.
Yeah.
Because there was no work for him as a comic here.
Yep.
He's looking right now in British Columbia.
Yes, I
He's
heard him
looking
saying
at coming
that.
home.
Yep.
I can tell you, Paul Myers.
Yeah.
Another guy for decades has been in California. He's not looking so much at Canada, but he's looking at England.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
He's like, so
BBC One, BBC Two.
Yeah.
yeah, well, exactly. SNL turned 50. Did you guys watch this?
Of course.
Yeah,
I was all over it.
Yeah.
I watched the music thing last night.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
The concert from
Yeah.
Friday night that we
The
should
one
have
from
been able to
Friday
see
night,
live.
right.
I didn't see that.
So
yet.
mad.
Yeah, I watched it. So Post Malone takes Kurt's spot.
Post Nirvana.
Yeah.
Post Nirvana, and it was fucking great.
Was it great?
It was great.
I heard. Yeah.
Post
They were having
Malone
fun.
should tour,
Yeah.
and let Pat join the band.
Well, Pat Smear.
Pat Smear's-
Who's married to a
Yeah.
Canadian.
Yeah. Oh, is he? Oh.
Weisblatt tells me he married someone from working at Q107.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if they're still together.
Oh.
Okay, so the
No.
music around the SNL thing was fucking great. That
Yep.
doc from Questlove was
Yes.
fucking great.
Yep.
And the anniversary special was great. I just think Mike Myers came and did his Linda Richmond coffee talk.
Coffee talk.
I felt like maybe we could have got a better Mike Myers, but
Yeah.
It was a little
I'm
flat,
being really
but it
picky
wasn't
on this
horrible.
one. But it was fucking great.
Yeah. Oh my God, I thought it was great. There's also the other documentaries that were made. There was a whole an hour-long documentary on cowbell. On the I
No
Need More.
way.
Yeah, there's a whole documentary on the audition process.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's really they went really deep.
Well, and it's good that the actual anniversary is not till October. The first episode was October 11th.
yeah,
1975.
they're celebrating the 50th of the year. Yeah, so I thought it was great. Drunk Uncle was
Yeah.
hilarious on the Bobby Moynihan's one of my favorite former
yeah.
cast members.
Yeah.
Really good. I thought it was terrific.
It was great. And I liked Adam Sandler's song and
Yeah.
the love for Farley and, of course, Norm Macdonald.
Normie.
Speaking of great Canadians.
Yep.
So I mentioned Nirvana. So I'll share the origin story as to why we're kicking out Space Jams, and then we'll get to Indie 88 because I need a more thorough update
Sure.
from Bob Willette on that. But this is February, and I was thinking like Valentine's Day. Now we're going to be post Valentine's. No one wants to hear that lovey-dovey bullshit after Valentine's Day. And then I was thinking, what else is going on? And then I started hearing this song in my head because this is the Foo Fighters' February Stars, which is a song I always liked. And then I realized February Stars, like, okay, what's going on up there of these stars? Like, there's this whole, like, galaxy. Let's kick out Space Jams.
Yeah.
And you guys said, okay.
It's a beautiful thing.
So here we are. We're kicking out Space Jams. I'm going to let Dave kick into this and then bring it down, and we're going to talk Indie 88. Let's crack open the GLB
Yeah,
while he's still warming
I like
up here.
the Vienna Lager.
That's
I
really nice.
love a Vienna Lager.
Mix it up for you, Bobby. On the mic there.
Yeah.
So Bob's got the Vienna Lager.
Yes. Yeah. Ready? One.
Okay, 3, 2.
Cheers.
Cheers to you guys.
Cheers. Thank you, boys. Nice to see you.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Kicking out Space Jams.
That's nice.
Still warming up in the bullpen here. Okay,
Yep.
Indie 88.
Yeah.
So you're seeing an uptick in listenership when Bob Willette is on the airwaves.
So you can, as you know, that's no longer diary. It's PPM. It's these little machines that you hold that you people sign up to. They just keep on their person all the time, and whatever radio they're exposed to, that counts as listening. Yep. So, So what's happening is, and it's so you get daily numbers. You can get daily numbers, which is not accurate because sometimes people it's erratic.
Yeah.
Because sometimes of the 1,000 people, let's say, who have it, maybe only 800 of them heard the radio that day, or what. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be erratic. However, they have seen since I started doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday evenings, an uptick. mostly, here's what they told me. We notice more how low the numbers are when you're not there. So they've asked me to. So I'm going to be doing 6 days a week live. I'm going to do Saturday, Sunday afternoons,
so
and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays live in the evenings.
Nice.
So
You
for
guys
the next little while.
You guys play great music too, though. I really
great
enjoy
station.
the playlist.
I do too. When I wouldn't lie about that. It reminds me in a way of Proud FM, which I used to run.
Yeah.
It's got just a really good pop mix of music, and it's got alt lead. Yeah. It's good. It's a lot of fun.
I heard a great song this morning from the lead singer of Maneskin.
Yes,
David Damiano.
Damiano.
And I had to Shazam him while I was listening because I was like, his voice is so cool and familiar. And then I was reading one. I'm like, of course, it's the singer from Maneskin.
Yeah,
I love him.
Yeah, he's coming. He's playing in. He'll probably be in New York before that,
Is
but
he coming?
in December.
Oh no. Okay. Wow.
It's already for sale.
Nice.
This is a lovely song. Which album is this on?
Color and the Shape.
Yeah, this is nice.
That's funny. I don't remember it.
It's great. Yeah, I love it, man. We have similar tastes in music, and hook this to my veins.
What's this song called?
February Stars.
It's really cool.
Foo Fighters.
I have before we start. I have little gifts for you guys today.
Okay, hit me. Then I have a clip of you on Humble and Fred.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right. So, I have a nice little vinyl set up in my basement mostly from my wife's grandmother. Right. So I've got these little PSB shelf speakers, which are Canadian made, and then the turntable and the receiver are both Pioneer from the 70s.
Wow.
Nice. Now the Pioneer was doing a little lag thing. The table was, so I took it to Ring Audio. I didn't get any discount for this, but Ring Audio on Carlaw Avenue in the East End, really great place to get old stuff fixed. Yeah, it's like you go in, there's like a pathway. It's just covered in stereos from one end to the other. Yeah,
absolutely.
and
no one fixes anything anymore.
No, and they fixed it, and they put this Audio Technica needle on it, like the cartridge and needle, and there's like different levels. I went with the middle level.
Wow.
The sound is just unbelievable. So I've been going through my vinyl, and I found a couple things that I thought you guys might like.
Okay,
that
I
would
love
like
this
to
segment. This is the new segment.
that I would like to gift you both.
All right.
I'll start with Rob's because I saw it and I was like, I need to give this to Rob because he's mentioned this band so many times.
Give me a clue.
80s.
I got it. No.
Yeah, no.
Talk Talk.
No, not Talk Talk. Not Talk Talk. Not Queen. Another band that you mention a lot.
From where?
From they're American, I think. I actually don't know. Their title. Their name is a country.
Japan.
There you go.
What?
So
the British.
David Marsden.
So this is from the Q107 library.
There you go.
And it's an EP.
Marsden's copy.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
It's an EP with.
I had this when I was 14.
You had that?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah. So I listened to it. It's really good.
Yes.
But I want you to have it.
Oh, thank you
You're
so much.
welcome.
Oh, this is from where?
This is from Q107's
No
library.
way.
Yes.
Camera right here, special edition 5-song extended.
That cover.
Oh yeah.
Everybody, Japan.
The cover of I Second That Emotion is amazing.
Yeah. So produced by our producer, John Punter.
Get
He
out.
produced Nova Heart for us. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So, which is why when we worked with him, we were like, oh my God, he produced Japan. And
Yeah.
So like I would listen to this when I was 15 or 16.
Wow. That's so
And
cool. I'm so glad.
Back photo, Peter Noble, he did all our photos as well. So I
The
mean,
connections
it's
are
the
crazy.
connections, I know.
I
But-
saw it, and I'll be honest.
My God.
I got when Q107 was up at
Young and Norton.
Young and Norton.
Yeah.
We were up there with 640, and then when
Yeah.
they brought us all down, I was one of the last people to get to go through the album. But I bought two or three boxes
Oh my
home,
God, that's amazing.
including that. So that's
Thank
for
you
you.
so
You're very
much.
welcome. And then for Mike, I don't even think you have a record player, do you?
No.
But I'm going to give
But
this
I
to
have
you.
records.
But I'm going to give this
They're
to you
in the
because I think it's
studio.
going to look good on your set.
Hey, I'm excited.
This was the only double I have of a Pearl Jam album. So this is binaural.
I love this album.
Yeah. So there you go. That's
Thank you very much. I don't have a Pearl Jam that goes with my Tragically Hip.
Yes.
Yeah, I had 2 copies of binaural, so I want you to have that one.
Thank you so
Oh, you guys are welcome.
What a thoughtful gentleman, Bob.
You know what? I have
Listen
so
in
much
the
fun.
88, everybody.
I have so much fun
Support
with you
local.
guys. I really do.
Love it.
And and you know what? And I know there are people from the FOTM universe who listen, and because they'll check in, they'll text me while I'm on the air and stuff. So it's really great. It's going great. He's
happy.
I am so happy.
Doesn't
to
he
be
look like he's
on the-
glowing? Like he's pregnant or something.
I am pregnant too. No, I'm so happy to be on the right side of the microphone.
Yes.
I feel like I spent a lot of years on the other side.
Yep.
I'm done with that. This is just all I do is try to make people either laugh or think or feel.
Yep.
And that's what I do every day.
But you're on 6 days a week now?
I am on 6 days live. Yeah.
amazing.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
That's only for a little while, and then we're going to reassess what's going on probably around May 24 or something.
So, Rob, Bob can't answer this for obvious reasons, but how long until Bob Willette's the new morning show host on Indie 88?
Morning show host on the drive time.
Well, that's the big spot, right? In radio.
Do they have one?
Everybody wants
Does Indy have that?
Yeah. The morning shows with Carlin, Brent, and Jackie.
Brent, the guy who sent me his jams to kick out and then ghosted me.
Oh no! And then
I had him loaded up.
Yeah. No, they have the lineup is solid there. So I don't know where I'm going, man. I'm happy to be doing what I'm doing.
And Carlin's fiance, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't I not know that? Carlin's fiance, I have two connections to her. One is she used to work at Great Lakes Brewery.
Oh wow.
Danny. And her cousin was my first best friend, who is known in the community as Joe from T.O. But Joe is a first cousin of Danny, who is going to marry Carlin.
Wow. Carlin's like just a gentleman and a solid broadcaster, really good guy.
I've heard nothing but good things. The only bad thing I heard is when he said no to coming on Toronto Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. There's a certain I don't know what I would say, a group of broadcasters.
Let's explore this.
Yeah, well, like my friend Lana, who does Afternoon Drive, she just says nobody
Lana
wants
Gay.
to. Pardon me. She says nobody wants to hear from me about what wants to hear my story. I'm like, I think they do actually, but she just like, no, I don't want to.
You're good as an individual, I feel like, though, because you bring it all back to the music.
I try to.
You're communicating to the audience, but then you're also the presenter of the music as well. Morning shows always to me feel like it's a show.
Yeah,
it's three people trying to be funny and laughing too much, which is entertaining.
See, Bob never tries to be funny.
No, you're naturally entertaining.
I never try to be funny. I do try to.
That was a joke.
Yes, because I would never
I was
succeed.
trying to be funny there.
Don't try.
Exactly. You know what? I do try to bring it back to the music. I especially try to bring it back to just Toronto.
Yeah.
Like it's always, everything comes back to this city.
Yep.
And how much we love to hate it and hate to love it. Yep. That's really what, if you were to ask me what my show is about, it's about Toronto more than anything else.
Canadians love to hate Canadians too, though, don't they? You know, I notice it even more now with the what we were talking about earlier. The smaller number of Canadians who come back around to be like, well, Trump's not so bad. Like, I'm like, really? Even there's like, what's it going to take to unify you motherfuckers?
Did you see the Pierre Poilievre commercial with him all jacked trying to hang a flag? Oh my God. He's in a white t-shirt and he's in a wispy field with like wheat and he puts a flag up.
Didn't they try to do this with Aaron O'Toole? Didn't they try to put him in a tight t-shirt?
They did. Oh my God, it's hilarious. I've only seen it once. I think it was on like CP24 or something. Geez. Oh, it's hilarious.
Oh my God. Let me know when Mark Carney's in a Speedo.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to play a clip of Bob Willette. So since it feels like it's been forever since we had a toast, we're going to get to these jams in a moment. We got some mind blows, some fun facts.
Yeah, more fun facts for me, not mind blows. But
I want to take this moment to just say thank you to Palma Pasta because they're going to feed us at TMLX 18, which is scheduled at Great Lakes Brewery for June 26, 2025. So,
what June is like.
Bob, you'll probably be on the air at Indie 88 because you're on every day. But if by some chance you're not, it's a Thursday night, so who knows what'll happen?
Who knows what'll be going on?
Who knows what'll happen?
There will still be snow on the driveways too.
Jesus, no
hopefully
kidding.
the snow's gone. But everybody who can hear my voice right now is invited. Again, Palma Pasta will feed you. We'll see if Nick Iones from Fusion Corp can come up with any giveaways for the FOTMs. He was on Toronto Mic'd a couple of weeks ago. An episode that sparked a lot of conversations, including a heavy convo between Rob and I in the pre-game show, but that was not recorded. It was only for people at live.torontomike.com. But a lot of conversations came out of the Nick Iones episode. It was real Nick, and he has opened his wallet to help fuel the real talk over here, so I give him mad props for that. Subscribe to Building Toronto Skyline, his new podcast. Bob, I'm going to play you on Humble and Fred, and just tell me what you're referencing here. And then I'm going to play a song you said you hate, and then I'm going to do some mind blows about it. You ready?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
And don't forget, you can also hear me on Toast with
fucking
Toronto
promoting all your bullshit. We know you're on Toast. We get it.
No, I'm being that's not fair. Bob and our producer Toronto Mike and some other dude who I don't recall. What's
The Spoons.
Oh, the guy from the Spoons.
Bob Preuss.
Yes, the guy from they put together a thing called Toast, and it's exciting, and everyone should listen to it.
There you go.
All right.
I know.
Are you done
He's
now?
your producer. Come on.
Do you want to promote some more stuff, Bob?
I'm good right now. Thanks.
All right.
So shout out to Bob who
Good job.
tried to work it in at the end. That song is like they're playing him off.
Right.
He worked at I'm on toast.
Oh, yeah.
To make me happy. And then some disrespect to the
Yeah.
legendary Rob
Oh, that's
Preuss.
hilarious.
Yeah, a little bit.
No
a little
way.
bit. A little rude.
I don't
Little
care.
rude here.
No, it's
some
hilarious.
other guy.
I think it's funny.
This is not some other guy, everybody. This fucker at 15 years old was getting into bars. The day John Lennon was murdered, assassinated, if you will.
5440 did their first gig on that same day.
Right. That's,
Wow.
that's the, yes.
That's
And
so
you were
fun.
at the edge.
I was at the edge.
Debuting with Spoons.
Right.
Crazy.
Okay. So here's a song. Just a little bit.
I just heard this on Indie driving in.
Of course you did. But Bob doesn't play the music, doesn't pick the
I don't pick the
songs.
music, no.
Right. Okay. So this song, again, just everywhere. In 2025, it's everywhere. A big hit for Spin Doctors, and the guy who co-wrote it and the guitarist was in the basement a couple of weeks ago, Eric Schenkman, and he was amazing talking about, Spin Doctors and this fucking song, which is still everywhere. Bob Willette, what are your thoughts on Two Princes?
Not a fan. Not a fan. There's a whole line of '90s, late '90s, early 2000s, more mid to late '90s.
Yep.
That kind of middle of the road bullshit, nothing songs to me, and and also so they I put this in there with Train and
How about Third Eye-
You lost me.
How about Third Eye Blind?
it's Third Eye Blind. I actually don't mind it.
Semisonic?
No, a couple of their songs are okay.
A couple of their songs
yeah,
are
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So Semisonic was a one-hit wonder,
Yeah.
really.
Step back from the ledge, my friend.
Yeah, that's
a two-hit wonder.
Yeah, no,
That's not Semisonic.
That's not Semisonic. That's what's it called? That's a Third Eye Blind.
Yeah, but I thought you were. Oh, I see. Closing time. Oh, Semi-Charmed Life.
Yes.
You said Semisonic.
Semi-Charmed kind of life.
Semi-Charmed Life and Semisonic, completely different things.
Yes.
Please
Yep.
disregard.
Yes.
I'll fix it
All
in
right.
post.
Yeah. Cut that out. No, I find this music it reminds me of Mix 99.9
Yes,
in the
totally.
mid 90s, which before I started working in radio, I hated that radio station because they were always playing new music that the Edge had been playing for like 3 months already, and I felt like it was just such a piece of garbage.
That's
But you know what this reminds me of?
Tell me.
Moxie Fruvis.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it reminds me of Moxie Fruvis.
It's just a 90s thing, right?
Yeah, and
What can I ask about? So Moxie Fruvis, which a lot of it was kind of silly, but wasn't Stuck in the 90s a good song? Or am I like, is that like some kind of Stockholm
I don't know.
syndrome
I don't know.
have?
That guy's that guy.
I don't remember that song.
I don't know.
Like,
Like if you can separate the artist
I was going to
from
say if
the
you can
artist,
separate
Yeah,
the
yeah,
guy. I don't
which
know.
I think we can do.
But what was their big hit? Wasn't there another one?
Well, they had my
King
girlfriend dates a bunch of authors,
Yeah.
or
King
that
of
was-
Spain or whatever.
King of
yeah.
Spain.
Is that what
That's
it's called?
it.
Once I
This
was the
reminds
King
me
of Spain.
Yes.
Now I
Yes.
eat humble
Now
pie.
I eat humble pie.
For some reason, this reminds me of that.
It's
and
that same kind of groovy thing, right?
I don't know. Just not my thing.
Yeah.
Just I don't like Blues Traveler.
Yeah.
I don't like
Yeah.
those bands. I just
Yeah, you and I agree on Dave Matthews Band.
Dave Matthews Band.
I have
Forget
no
it.
time for Dave Matthews
No.
Band.
I really tried with Dave Matthews at one point in like 98 or 99.
Oh, people love it.
But I know, I don't get it. But
don't
there was
get it
one
either.
album and one song that sort of sounded like Peter Gabriel. I was like, oh, maybe this
Yeah.
is good. And then the rest
and
of
the
it
one
was
with Sarah McLachlan,
Yeah.
Don't Drink the Water.
Yeah.
was a good song.
Was that with Sarah McLachlan?
I feel like it was Sarah
I don't know, but I know the song.
Or was it Alanis?
I don't know.
Alanis Morissette. I'm changing it to Alanis.
Sure.
Some great Canadian singer
Sure, yeah,
was on that. I think it might have been Alanis.
Anne Murray. I think Anne Murray did it with Dave Matthews.
And fucking Murray. Now, I'm hearing in the background. Now, I admit, at the time, it was just a song you'd see on Much Music, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, that's catchy or whatever. But I feel it's aged well, where now when I hear it, I'm happy to hear it.
That's good.
It takes
Good
you
for
back to a different time in your life. That's why.
That's
you,
good
Bob.
for
Just
me.
like-
I just no.
the Spoons.
For me, it's like off.
Some music ages well. I mean, music that makes you nostalgic is always going to age well for each person as an individual, right? You're going to listen to go, it makes me happy.
Well, it's an interesting conversation. What's a song by a band that you hate that you actually like one of their songs?
Don't Drink the Water by Dave
There you
Matthews.
go. See, perfect. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I also try. I have tried very purposefully to remove hate
Yes.
from my vocabulary
Yep.
and from like I don't
Except
just-
for Americans, especially Donald Trump.
yeah.
I really don't want to randomly hate a band,
Yep.
but I don't dig this band.
Yeah.
I put them in the same thing as Train for me. I just
Yeah.
don't find any soul in it.
Yeah.
Ironically, Hey Soul Sister
But
is Train.
yes, I know that, which is, I think Train is soulless as well.
Yeah.
Like the least soul thing ever is Hey Soul Sister. But I actually think there's some kind of, like this is real guys in New York, and they kind of come up with a good riff. The
Yeah.
guy was in the basement, Eric
Yeah.
Shankman,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and they
It's
got
great.
this, like they love their cannabis. Shout out to Canada Kev, and they throw this thing together. They strike oil, if you will.
Yeah.
So when I had Eric on, I sort of played a lot of Spin Doctors. It turns out they only got a couple of songs, right? They got that and Little Miss Can't Be Wrong, which is kind of a cool tune. But
See, I would take Little Miss Can't Be Wrong over that one.
I think I might too.
myself. I would be able to listen to that. I might not turn that right off.
Right.
okay, maybe because this is overexposed. Maybe
that's
is
it,
everywhere.
yeah.
But here's a little bit of it, and then I'm going to tie it to my 10-year-old who was obsessed with a show called One Piece.
Oh.
And it turns out there's like 1,000 fucking episodes of One Piece. It's like the Japanese Simpsons or something. Like it's been on forever. And I'm going to play this part of New Princess. So listen closely. Okay. So that last part particularly, I'll start it again here. So Jarvis watches One Piece a lot, and I watch it like casually. He does dubs. He does subs, not dubs. So I have to stare at the screen to know what they're talking about because I don't speak Japanese.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't?
Subs.
I'm working on it. But there's a character. Shit, what's his name? Caesar Clown, I think is his name. Caesar Clown, okay? And this is Caesar Clown's laugh, okay? And you hear it a lot on the show. Here's Caesar Clown's laugh.
世界一の科学者が誰か今に思い知らせてやるシュラララララララララララシュララララララララララ
Okay, so one more time. Okay, one more time. So
I see it.
I find them very similar.
Does he watch the 2023 version or the 1999 version?
99 version. There's like I looked it up. There's something like
The live action?
No, it's not live action. It's cartoon.
No, there's one from 23 says it's live action.
Yeah, but that's not what he's into. He's into this cartoon that's been going for years.
That's so
It's
funny.
like, but the
So
Caesar Clown.
You connected
laugh.
the laugh to the Spin
Yeah,
Doctors.
because I was into Spin Doctors for a week.
Yeah, for a week.
Okay.
That's all you need.
Because when you have a guy coming over and you're sort of prepping, you sort of get into it.
Yeah.
You're like, all of a sudden, it was all Spin Doctors all
That's
the fucking
funny.
time over here. One last thing. So I'm in the car and this song comes on, okay? And I won't play the whole thing because this song was was everywhere too.
Oh, yeah.
See, I think Spin Doctors, I think, is a two-hit wonder. But Gautier is a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
Here, yeah.
Where is he? So
Australia and like Finland, he has, because he's Finnish
Yep.
in background, but he's got hits in Australia.
Yep.
Okay, well here,
It's great. I like this song still.
yeah, it's a great single. Like, and
I saw him at Radio City Music Hall.
Nice.
When he was riding on this.
Does he just
hit.
play the same
Yeah.
song over and
That's
over?
what I say, yeah.
It was actually not bad. I don't know any of the other songs,
Yeah.
but it was all based on this. I mean,
Yeah. Oh,
he
yeah.
got to book a gig at Radio City.
He played Bud Stage on this song.
Yeah.
Has anyone done more with one song than Gautier?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure there is, yeah.
But then the song really also took off from the Burlington band Walk Off the Earth, right?
Yeah, because they
So-
did the
one guitar thing.
Well, that was a big deal. That video by Walk Off the Earth
Yeah.
when Humble and Fred launched, and we got them all to like mimic it and do a parody.
Oh, wow.
For YouTube.
Oh, funny.
In an effort to publicize this new podcast called Humble and Fred. Okay, so I'll bring down Gautier. We all know this song. Okay, so there's a couple of parts to this song, right? There's this. So this song is called Seville by Louise Bonfa.
Really?
And then you realize like how much did Gautier do? Okay, so there's this, right?
He put it all together.
Is it a sample or did he just recreate it?
Oh.
Well, now I don't want to get in
According
trouble.
to you,
last
yeah,
time I
exactly.
have PTSD from
That's
last
right.
time. The Radiohead controversy.
Right.
But there, so this is.
Yeah.
I think it's a sample, but I don't know. For
Interesting.
Sure. Okay, so what else is that Gautier song? We love that fucking Gautier song. Do you know why we love it?
I have a song that no one will know. Baba Black Sheep.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, sir,
Is that our friend Rafi?
One for
I never thought of that.
I'm here to tell you guys, it clicked in only recently that
Yeah.
Gautier is somebody that I used to know is Baba Black Sheep.
Yeah. That's funny.
No wonder we like it.
Yeah. Child melodies are always very popular, and they'll go into your subconscious. You won't even know why.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And Rafi's the best.
Yep.
And I did invite Rafi on Toronto Mike, and he didn't say no or yes. He just completely ignored me. Shout out to Cam Gordon. Okay. So, and I'm almost done here. I'm glad I have a professional keyboardist in the room, and that is you, of course, Bob.
Oh, yeah.
How's your keyboarding going? Okay.
Well,
So we have
I took keyboarding 101.
Mike
Typing.
Boguski's in the calendar.
Say hi to him for me.
because his brother and I were buddies in high school.
Oh yeah, I've heard that story. Yeah, Mike's got a new record that's really good.
So we're gonna talk about it.
That's so cool.
Mike Boguski, and I just had Greg Keeler.
Yep.
On
how was
Toronto
that?
Fantastic, because he gave me a lot of time and he was very interesting.
He's a really interesting guy.
He's an interesting guy. And accompanying, so I was offered Mike Boguski, who came over during the pandemic and played in the backyard. Diamond Minded was fucking awesome, right? But they said, would you have him back? Because he's got a new album out. And I said, if he comes with Cleve Anderson,
amazing.
Like I put this rule, I want him, I'll have him on with Cleve Anderson. I want to talk to Cleve Anderson, who after Outskirts, which is the big breakthrough for Blue Rodeo, because Try is on that.
Yep.
He says, I'm going to take this job with Canada Post because it's better for I have a wife and child, and this is better for, and I get the decision at the time, but we can talk about it on Toronto Mike.
That's
Cleve
cool.
Anderson, any regrets?
Wasn't it Cleve was at the Gary Top event and you were like, you want to go introduce yourself to him?
Yeah.
Remember?
Because he's got that hair.
Yeah, I know. Can't miss him.
Trademark hair.
Yeah.
So all of this is, I need to talk to Rob Preuss about Rob Preuss.
Yeah.
This song is called Chest Fever.
Yeah.
It is by the band. And on keyboards there, that organ intro.
It's heavy, man.
It's Garth Hudson,
God.
who we lost since our last Toast recording.
Last member, they said, right?
Wow.
Last member.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ridley Funeral Home, Garth Hudson. What would you say as a professional keyboardist, Rob Preuss, about that Chest Fever opening?
I thought it was Deep Purple for a second because I don't know this song, and I'm not well versed in a lot of Deep Purple either. But over the years, like I've come to appreciate these things that I did not grow up listening to, and even Garth Hudson. I don't think I knew the extent of his influence and his inspiration on so many keyboard players. Wasn't inspiration on
Not
me
directly, right?
No.
Yeah.
But like I've spoken to Kevin Hearn about him since Garth passed, and Kevin was good friends with him.
Wow.
And like spent a lot of time with him. And oh my God, I see it now. Like, damn, he didn't live that far away from me actually in upstate New York.
Oh,
I thought,
wow.
I could have possibly met him, but
Yeah.
oh well. But this is amazing. Yeah, the more I hear, the more I love. Like, it's just one of those things. Like in the universe of music, like we talk about music we don't like from the '90s or whatever. There's so much to discover. Always.
Oh, yeah.
You always got to be willing to open your mind to new things, whether you like them or don't like them. But they're waiting for you. It's like a universe of sound in outer space. I'm trying to bring it back to space.
There you go.
Well, it's funny you're
that
trying to bring
working?
it back to space because on the live stream, the VP of Sales says that you mentioned Deep Purple. He says Deep Purple has a great space jam, and he's wondering if we're going to hear it today. So we're going to get to these space jams, but I got to give a special happy birthday message out to our former intern. Welcome, Matt.
Oh, welcome, Matt's birthday.
He's 18 today.
Ooh, wow.
I think he's 18. I hope I have the right year. He says he's legal. 18 is legal, right? Okay, so happy birthday to Welcome Matt,
Nice.
son of Moose Grumpy, who's on the live stream. Genetic Method. Okay, so we're going to bring this down. Oh, I have one more thing. I know we're going to get to Space Jams, everybody. Come on, it's been a month since I had these wonderful people in my backyard.
Before you get to that, I have a reco for you. I was doing some Googling of my name and stuff because
Yes.
I'm that full of myself. I found this. Look at this. Babyface Willette. He's an organist. He's on Spotify. You should
Okay,
Babyface
I'm going.
Willette.
Wow.
As I would like to know what you think, because I know
All right.
nothing about organ, but I think it's a pretty cool album.
1961.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Babyface Willette. It's called Face to Face. Peter Jackson is on tenor sax. Grant.
That was before he did Lord of the Rings.
Yes, exactly.
I was going to make a similar
Yeah,
joke.
there you go. Yeah. Anyways.
19. First of all, isn't 18 legal? I'll go
I think
19 for
19.
18,
drinking.
you can vote. That's
Yeah.
about it.
In Quebec, you can drink.
And you can drink, yeah.
In Quebec.
Anyways, I just want to know what you think.
Cool.
of it.
All
Yeah,
right.
okay.
I'll listen on my drive home.
Yeah. I want to know what you think.
So deaf, any term is alright. When your DJ plays the K, you will listen to what the kid has to say. Cause you know it's too damn straight. Can't wait, gotta get on down before it's too late. And even if so, it would be, my friend, just tell him to play it again. See, once it starts to beat your eardrum, it goes way up to your head, bounces down to your belly and back. If you hunger, you be fed. It's all up to the individual. This reaction is typical. Somehow you get to catch up with that beat
Rob on this. No offense, Rob. I feel it's Do you know what we're listening to?
No, I was gonna say it kind of sounds like early, like maybe like unreleased Salt and Pepper.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Is what I thought. But is it Mishi Me? Is it?
This is Ya Kid
Spin
K.
That Wheel.
Yeah, Ya Kid K from Technotronic.
Yes. Oh, that's it.
I recognize the voice.
I Spin That Wheel. Now that if I had got to the Spin That Wheel, I might have known it.
So this song is in the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, which I just watched with the 8 and the 10-year-old.
Oh wow.
Does that also have Vanilla Ice as
No,
a theme?
that's the sequel.
That's the sequel. Sorry.
Secret of the Ooze.
That's right. Sorry.
So that's Ninja Rap or something.
That's right. Yeah. Go Ninja, go.
So this is not actually Technotronic because it's only 2 parts of Technotronic.
Oh.
So they're called High Tech 3.
Wow.
And this is Spin That Wheel, and it is Ya Kid
I
K.
do remember that.
So-
Same voice though, right?
So I'm
Yeah,
watching
yeah,
this
that's
movie.
right.
Yeah, same woman. So I'm watching the movie. Lower budget than I remember it, but still, I still enjoyed it. For some reason, I like that 1990. It's got Casey Jones by Elias Koteas, the great Canadian actor.
Yeah.
So I'm watching it, and I see it's directed by a guy named Steve Barron, okay? Steve Barron directed this movie, 1990s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I need to know more about Steve Barron, so I start digging. Steve Barron was most famous as a director of music videos. Are you guys ready? I'm just going to jump through a few songs.
That he did the videos for?
Yeah, like I'm gonna burn through. These are the
Okay.
videos. So if you can imagine, you're watching much music, and the video comes on. Okay, these are all directed by the same guy who directed that movie, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You guys ready?
Do it.
Wow.
Wow.
Really?
Really?
Crazy.
It's not Weird Al, everybody.
The light up floors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this
Little Billie Jean.
iconic video for Billie Jean is directed by the same guy who directed the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie in 1990. So again, these are quick tastes, so we're not going to stay
Yeah,
for Michael's vocals.
It's got a big. It's a long intro. It's good to talk over.
What a jam, right?
Amazing.
You can't cancel this fucking jam. Okay. Ready? Okay, so that's a big video, right? What about this video?
Wow, that's always in the top 3 of all-time videos. Number 1 is always Thriller.
Also, the fact that we can recognize the song just on the drum beat.
I could have done it just on the one. Yeah, on the.
I know. So right now we've already got 2 of the most iconic
Yep.
Wow.
videos.
Also, still just a great song.
Oh yeah. And he hits that high note.
Yeah.
And I try to hit it. Believe it or not, I don't come close.
Oh. This is the beginning, like hand card. You know, if people don't know the video,
Yeah.
it's all hand drawn.
And it's been parodied so much. I feel even the kids know it. Like
Yeah.
Family Guy. Like there's a lot of parodies out there. Okay, so this video, Billie Jean. In your head now, picture an iconic 80s video. Just picture one. Don't tell me what it is.
Okay.
Okay.
So we've already got Billie Jean, and we already have Take On Me, 2 iconic videos from the 80s.
Oh.
Oh wow, the MTV with the
Dire Straits.
the polygraphic computer, I guess, or Polygon. That's it. Yeah.
What's his name, the director?
Steve
Barron.
Steve Barron. Wow.
So his spelling is Barron.
Like the lead singer of the Spin Doctors. Isn't he a Baron as well?
Yes.
Were
Same
you?
guy. Oh my God. Just kidding.
Do you have a favorite video that you were in?
That I was in?
You were in.
I know what it is. Romantic Traffic.
No.
What?
People love that. I don't know.
You're in that video.
yeah,
How can that not be the answer?
I don't know. I like the Nova Heart video, actually.
Go find 100 people on the subway and
I
say
know.
name a
They all
video.
know it.
Well, they don't all know it. Most of them say, "Who the fuck are the spoons?"
Yeah.
And then the people who know the spoon, you know it's true. People are
It's
dumb.
true.
Well, it depends on the age.
Have you
Oh,
noticed
yeah.
people are dumb?
Yeah.
Like I always thought people were like this dumb, and I've learned from
Oh.
the past few years, people are actually this dumb.
Set your expectations low, man.
So
Like,
of the 100 people on the subway, random 100, how many people know the Spoons, the band?
Oh, on the subway today?
Toronto.
today
TTC.
in Toronto,
Yeah.
4.
Yeah. That's
See, I
good.
have,
That's
I have
true.
it,
I bet
okay.
you're right.
Yep.
I have it at 10, so we're in the same
No,
ballpark,
yeah,
okay?
yeah.
And of the 10 who know Spoons
Yeah.
and know that they had videos, all 10 say Romantic
Of
Traffic.
course.
And all 10 are over 50.
That's right, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
That's right.
Yeah.
At least 46.
This riff.
The guy who directed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles directed Billie Jean, Take On Me. This! Can Bob
I love
post
it.
like that on ND88?
I do. I actually get people text me or like, dude, you're like, somebody called me Johnny Fever the other day.
I love that.
And I was like,
why?
I'll take that.
Do you know what your secret is?
What?
You give a shit.
Yeah,
I
you
do
give a shit.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, just giving a shit puts you ahead of like 90% of people.
I think about and I always try to make a little pun or something with. I try to do something just to make it a little bit interesting.
Yeah.
The other day I had Lust for Life. It's got 72 seconds at the top.
Nice.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Anyways.
I think when you want to generalize that people are dumb, I don't think it's just that they're dumb. People are asleep. There's
Yeah.
a big difference.
They're in a like a haze.
Yes.
I you know what? I'll
And
give you that.
people live lives that
Shout out to cannabis.
there's like a famous quote about people living lives of quiet desperation, which is kind of true. Because if you just live your life and try to get through your life, and you don't look above beyond where you are, you will seem like you're dumb. But you're not necessarily dumb. But you got to dig deeper.
We're too comfortable.
Too comfortable.
We're too comfortable.
Yeah.
And nobody. And look. And I will always say this: younger people than us are not aware of what came before them because they don't
Yeah.
have to be.
That's right.
We are because we had to be.
Yeah.
Can I ask,
we had no choice.
Can I ask you, where does the parental responsibility come into play? Aren't parents responsible for informing their children, educating their children about the greater world that
the
exists?
things that are important to the parent, yes. So
Yeah.
we put so much weight into pop culture
Yeah.
as us, like guys like us. It's what we're talking about here is pop culture.
It's a bad sample size.
Yeah, like we put a lot of weight into how important it is to know. Hey,
The
why
Cherry Blossoms had a fucking ad in
That's
1971.
right.
why can't you identify Aha's Take on Me on 2 Beats? You know,
Yep.
those things are important to us.
Yep.
If as long as you are raising hopefully well-rounded children who can, maybe they're not as familiar with older stuff, but
Yep.
they got to be. It's that worldview that you're talking about,
Yes.
and you got to make sure they're a little bit uncomfortable sometimes.
yeah.
There's actually is it did you have David Rakoff or no Simon Rakoff
Yeah.
on?
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
he came to TMLX,
Yeah,
the one
Simon-
with Alan Zweig.
Yeah,
That's right.
did
They were in
he-
the same car.
is his book Don't Get Too Comfortable, or is that his brothers? There's two. Isn't there two Rakoffs or Rakoffs?
Yeah, the other Rakoff passed away.
Passed
right?
away, yeah.
Wow.
So I think it's the one. He's got a book that said don't. It's got a book called Don't Get Too Comfortable.
Yeah.
There's power in being in discomfort.
And also staying interested in life.
Yes.
Like being
Curiosity is
curiosity.
key.
We said it at the same time.
Yeah, because 100% this podcast does not exist and has 0 listeners if you're not curious.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
I'm not being paid enough to do this if I'm not curious.
Yeah, I feel like the first time I ever started listening to you, I think the first episode I ever listened to was you and Kevin Hearn, and I didn't know much about Kevin before. Like I had
Oh
met
yeah, we
Kevin.
went back to back.
You did back to back,
Yeah.
and I learned so much about Kevin. But then I learned about you by your conversation. And I thought these guys are like, this is my world. Like,
You genuinely care. I'm the same
Yeah.
way. Like I love hearing about people's lives.
Yeah, and Kevin ties in with Hayden's.
yeah,
Things are as bad as they seem. That was
Yeah.
very prescient.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Hayden's daughter, who I know from soccer games at High Park, is in a school because of Kevin Hearn's daughter
Wow.
Wow.
for special needs
Yep.
children.
Yep.
So before it runs out, this fucking jam,
Also directed.
also directed. I just want to throw some CanCon in there, and I'll bang off one more, and then we're going to get to Space Jams, and we're going to start with Rob Preuss.
All right.
Space Jams is also fun to say.
I'm looking at this guy's
And-
list of videos. It's unbelievable.
Okay, well, yeah, I only pulled 5,
yeah.
and I'm going to do one more.
Wow.
You ready?
Yes,
So it's a guy who directed
it's so cool.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in 1990. All these songs I played, the music videos were directed by him. And so many more. But
And he's Irish.
and we're going to get back to Bryan Adams.
You were working as a waitress in a cocktail bar when I met you.
Last word is that might be the best opening lyric in 80s music.
Oh, interesting. That's a great conversation.
It's amazing.
What's the best opening line in a 1980s song? It's been 7 hours and 15 days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is that 1990 though?
That might be not, but it was written in the 80s by
yeah,
Prince.
yeah, that's true. Written in
Yeah.
the 80s. True.
That's
But
just-
I'm still, I don't know. This is a good one.
It's a good
you were working as a
conversation.
waitress in a...
It's a good one.
Okay.
Can I get just because we're so far off bat? So my I can't remember what year it was, 98 maybe. There was a band called Marvelous 3 that was played on the Edge. They had one song, and they were opening for, I think it was maybe I Mother Earth and Moist at the Warehouse, and Marvelous 3 was the opener. They had one song, which I can find.
Remind me, because there was 7 Mary 3.
No, this was
which had one song.
I remember.
Marvelous Freak of the Week, it was called. Yeah, Marvelously for Freak of the Week. I already had it on my. Butch Walker is the guy from the band.
Oh, I remember his name.
Yeah, 98. So they were and they covered this.
Oh, funny.
Okay, well then let me bring it to 2000 when I'm at Somersault at Molson Park in Barrie to see the farewell tour of Smashing Pumpkins, who were the headliners. Our Lady Peace went on before them because it's their thing. They covered this song.
Who did?
Smashing Pumpkins.
Really?
They covered this song.
Wow.
Yeah, and I remember being so disappointed by the set. It was terrible. And I was a huge Pumpkins fan, but then I saw them again decades later, a different incarnation, but Billy Corgan's band.
With me?
With Bob Willette, who got us in because of record label reps or something. And I thought they were great.
That's amazing.
Like, they were terrible in 2000 when they were doing the farewell tour at Molson Park when I saw them. And then they were great whenever I saw it with Bob Willette.
His podcast is pretty good. He's got a new podcast, Billy Corgan does.
Oh, I heard about that. I gotta listen to it.
with
I
Tom.
saw the Human League on
The
this
great
tour.
ones. Oh, wow.
Played at the concert hall.
Nice.
And I wrote a report, a school report, because I was in grade 11 or grade 12 or whatever. No, I was in grade 12. And I thought they were pretty bad.
So if you're grade 12,
Yeah.
you were 15 when you were making music. Grade 12, you're 17
I
or
was
18.
16.
You're 16.
Because I skipped grade 4.
Oh, you skipped grade 4. Well, of
so
course
we
you
had
did.
so we had recorded Nova
Robert
Heart.
Lawson over here is telling you you're fucking
figuring it out.
wrong.
That's
no,
right.
I'm just asking if you were in school or whatever.
But I saw the Human League, and I was so disappointed because they didn't sound like the record. And me as a keyboard player, even at 16, I was like, they're not playing the right parts, and it didn't sound right. So I wrote a whole book. I wrote a report for my music class, like how disappointed I was. So yeah.
Okay, time for Space Jam.
All right, let's go. We were like 50 minutes in without even getting to the.
Well, we were short last time, so I brought more.
That's true.
But things come in. I watched the movie.
Well,
I thought that was a mind blow.
Yeah, that is.
It's a mind blow. Would Jane Siberi
Oh
agree?
yeah. Yep.
Would Jane find that interesting?
No.
The
Maybe.
Jane meter of giving a shit about a fun
I
fact.
love that over the month you just put things aside to talk about on Toast.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. So somebody that I used to know, other than that one sample or
Bob Black
inspiration, if you will, is absolutely Bob Black
Back
Sheep.
to Goatee. That's
And
right.
shout out to Raffi, who's nominated for a Juno.
Yeah, of course.
He's still going. I wish he'd come on Toronto Mike. Don't
Okay, this is just a little side topic from the nursery rhyme.
Another one?
Yeah. So you know the song Frosty the Snowman?
Yes.
No, I never heard of it.
Can you sing the opening of Frosty the Snowman? Just do it without words though, just a melody.
Frosty the Snowman.
Okay, now take off the frost and just sing it again. So in your head.
T the Snowman.
Right.
What am I doing?
That's the opening of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I was going to say, I knew it was a John
Dun, dun,
Williams
dun.
thing.
Yeah.
I knew it was a
It's
John
Frosty the
Williams
Snowman.
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then what is it? Is it Holst? Is it Holst the Planets? Is the
Yes.
is the inspiration for the Empire March?
Yep.
And can you name the band that features John Williams' son?
Oh, jeez.
No. What band has John Williams' son? You don't need.
I feel like you've mentioned.
You don't know. You don't know it either. He's looking it
No,
up.
I've dropped this fun fact
I think
before.
you've mentioned it before. Yeah.
Because it's a great fun fact.
Yeah.
It's Toto.
Oh, that's right. He was the singer or something, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I think so. So John Williams' son is in Toto. Shout out to Stu Stone, who returns to Toronto Mike next week.
Amazing. Can't
The
wait.
founder of a co-founder of Toast. Okay. But fuck those guys. Okay. Rob, any words before I press play? We're getting to Space Jams now.
Nope. This was the first one that came into my head, and it sort of speaks for itself, and it sort of represents the beginning of where we are.
Nice. I like it.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission, to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Name that instrument.
What instrument?
Isn't that a theremin?
No, it's a voice. It's actually a person singing. actual voice. Yeah, it sounds like a theremin. You're right, though. It does have that sound, but it's a woman singing.
What about Good Vibrations?
That's a theremin.
That's a theremin?
Yep.
Okay, I got to get my instruments.
This was 1966.
I'm not very good at this.
I feel like the idea of space, outer space, in the 60s was like the great dream, right? And there were movies in the 50s, and I mean, for all time, people have been questioning what's in space and how do we get there and all that jazz. And it was starting to become a reality in the 60s, but man, Star Trek.
Well, Lost in Space was a big deal.
Yeah. That theme was written by John
Robbie
Williams.
the Robot, was that Robbie?
Yeah. But for this...
That's a John Williams jam.
The opening of the theme for Lost in Space.
Unbelievable.
I know, it's crazy. But this was written by a guy named...
alive.
Yeah, he just turned 90. He turned 92 last week.
Just a kid.
This theme was written by Alexander Courage, who used to do music for the Twilight Zone and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
And apparently, Gene Roddenberry was the creator of Star Trek. He wanted Alexander Courage to write the music for the first couple episodes. But what ended up happening is that Alexander got pissed off because Gene ended up writing lyrics for this theme.
Yeah, I've heard a version with lyrics.
Kick number 2.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe it. Here we go.
This is Jack Black.
All right. Yeah. Beyond the rim of the starlight, my love is wandering in star flight. I know he'll find in star-clustered reaches love, strange love, a star woman teaches. And I know his journey ends never, 'cause his Star Trek must go on forever. But tell him as he wanders the starry sea, remember me.
Wow.
Is that funny? Shout out to Jack Black. So Gene Roddenberry wrote those lyrics and basically said to Alexander Courage, okay, I'm getting half the royalties for this theme. Right. And he was like, what the fuck? So then he sort of didn't write any more music for the show for a long time.
Yeah, because that's bullshit.
It is bullshit. But so the thing I learned last week, Alexander Courage did the sound of the spaceship in that theme too. Like if you're watching Star Trek, there's an interview with him and he said they couldn't figure out how to get that sound. And he was like, it leaves me. So he went up to the mic, he just went, shh.
Okay, so you mentioned,
all it is.
So you mentioned Jack Black.
Yeah.
And then my brain thought of what I saw last night, which was a fucking great couple of songs by Jack White.
Oh,
at the
SNL
The SNL thing
he did, yeah.
And he's
Rockin'
doing
in
Neil
a Free
Young,
World.
Rockin' in the Free World.
Which he opened his show here at Massey Hall with. Opened with.
Oh yeah, shout out to FOTM Jill LeBlanc, who was writing about these shows for the Toronto Star, and he also wrote this piece that you see on the wall,
nice.
Talk of the Town. Who's that? Okay, so I have another question. So I kind of vaguely remember this story where, who's the other guy in Tenacious D? What's his name?
The guitar player. I don't remember his name.
I got to Google this. Okay.
Yeah.
The other guy in Tenacious D, which if I don't Google, maybe it's faster.
He broke up the band.
Well, he said something about, remember the assassination attempt on Trump? And he made a comment about how it's too bad he missed or something.
Or next time they won't miss or something. And Jack
yeah.
Black was pissed off and broke up the band.
Wow.
See, okay. I say we offer that gentleman, whose name, by the way, I now have it.
Yes.
Tenacious D is Kyle Gass.
Kyle Gass, right.
Canada should offer Kyle Gass asylum, right? And reward him, celebrate him or something. What an overreaction by Jack Black.
I know. Weirdly
joke.
overreacted.
So what's that about? Is Jack Black afraid of Trump, some surprise audits or something by the IRS?
There's a weird thing where you, in the United States, I find even very, very left-minded and maybe I'll even say forward-thinking people, there's a reverence for the position. There's a reverence for the office, for the title that doesn't necessarily mean you can hate.
But he wasn't in office at that time.
But he
was in office.
But he had been. But he had been.
Yeah.
But he had been. Yes. So, and I think that there is an old school way of thinking that maybe Jack Black has of okay, we may not like him, but we still have to respect the office in which he held, and not say shit like that. I don't know. I'm just trying to.
No, I hear you. You're trying to.
That's the same reason. That's the same justification that people give for not booing national anthems.
Yeah.
You have to
what are your? Anyway,
I'm
curious. Okay, you know why?
I opened a can of worms.
I am so passionately, staunchly in favor of booing.
You're pro boo.
The Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah.
Boo it. If I were ever at one of. I mean, now it's
Yeah.
in Boston, so
Yeah.
it's all kind of doesn't matter now. But
Oh, there'll be Canadians there.
there'll be Canadians there. But boo it like it's your fucking job. What a peaceful way to protest some serious bullshit coming
Yeah.
from their leader about annexing this fucking great nation of mine.
Yeah.
Boo!
I know.
I think.
Why are people against booing?
I'm. If you pay to be there, you can do whatever you want as long as you're not threatening anybody.
Throwing
and-
shit on the ice.
Yeah, as long as you're not interrupting the game, threatening anybody, or swearing around children. I say, go for it.
Have you ever gone to an opera? Well, have you gone to an opera before? In Europe,
No.
they boo the shit
Yeah.
out of opera singers when they come out for bows. If people are like hardcore, if they don't like a performance, they're like, boo! And you're
But can you
really?
help me
You're
understand?
booing a
Because
singer?
now I'm thinking of Gare Joyce, who is very vocal in our FOTM chat, and
Yeah.
he is like really against booing.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to understand: is it like what? We need to respect their fucking song about their great country when their president is literally talking about Governor Trudeau in the 51st state of Canada. Yeah. And you're offended by booing their song?
Yeah.
Bullshit. Like there shouldn't, well, maybe in the Four Nations it's different, but in regular NHL games, they should just
You
remove
should
the
not
fucking
even
anthems
have
anyway.
the national anthems
But they have
before
them,
games.
and I fucking root for the boo. It's like a
Root for the boo.
little protest. Anyway, I wondered if I had any staunchly anti-boo people with me.
No,
here.
I think if you pay, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Hey, do whatever you want. Can you whip out your wiener and fly it around?
Well, I said without
Okay.
offending people.
Well, it depends on your wiener, I guess. Okay. So,
Wiener.
Wiener.
I watched too much Simpsons. There's wiener references on The Simpsons. Okay. So, bullshit what Jack Black did to Kyle Gass. Do you agree? Bullshit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Overreaction.
That's a great start. That Star Trek theme. I'm actually not a Star Trek guy. I'm not against Star Trek. I just never got into it.
I've been watching it a lot at night when I'm trying to
It's
go to
fun
sleep because it's on
old.
Pluto TV,
Yes.
and it's so of a moment. Like and everything's kind of like they go to this planet and there's a bunch of hippies there.
Yes.
Like it's like why are there hippies at this planet?
I did hear about that episode. Okay, so
Great.
speaking of great shows, let's kick out Bob's first jam.
Yep. Let's go to TV.
It's a little quiet.
Yeah, sorry.
Get on board on the great space coaster. We'll explore a comet ride, a fantasy, to a place where dreams fly fast and free.
With new friends and new things to see.
We'll spin you through the galaxy on the great space coaster. Oh, on the great space coaster, off we go.
Get on board, step inside, soaring for a magic ride.
Roaring toward the other side, where only rainbows hide. On the
Sounds are
great
amazing.
Space coaster. On the great space coaster. On the great space coaster. On the great space coaster. Off we go.
So this is just the end credits. So the Great Space Coaster, of course, was a television show that was on syndicated in the early 80s, like about 200 episodes. It used to be on WUTV.
That's where I watched it.
Yeah,
Channel 29 in
Buffalo.
WUTV.
That's where I would watch it. I remember watching it with my dad. I was like 6 years old when it came. I was like, I loved that show. No Gnu's is good Gnu's
Yes.
with Gary Gnu.
I forgot about Gary Gnu.
Yes.
Gary Gnu is,
Oh my
it's the first
God.
thing I thought of.
So since I sent you this, I found a whole bunch of mind blows that I wish I had been better prepared for. So this was originally written by Spencer Michelin and Anne Bryant. So they went on. Check this out. Michelin went on to compose the theme song for G.I. Joe.
Wow.
My Little Pony.
Wow.
Yeah, and as well as the Transformers cartoon in '85.
More than meets the eye.
That's right. Did that, and then went on to become the music arranger on Gem and the Holograms.
Oh, geez.
Gem, it's truly
No joke.
outrageous.
My wife just introduced the 8-year-old to Gem and the
truly,
Holograms this past
truly
week.
outrageous. Yeah. So
But the Misfits are better. 'Cause their songs are
we
better.
are the Misfits. We are better.
No, we are the Misfits. Our songs are better.
That's it, yes.
We are the Misfits, and we're gonna get her.
So crazy. Also, they went on. Let's see. They kept on doing a bunch of other things. So here's the male voice in there. So these are actually three people from the show. Was Ray Stevens.
Oh, man.
Ray
The Streak.
No, not that Ray Stevens.
Oh.
Sorry, no,
That's
but
my
this.
Ray Stevens.
But Stevens was the lead singer of the Village People in 1985.
And that's Donald Trump's favorite song.
That's right. But unfortunately, he unfortunately passed away in 1990. But this. The Great Space Coaster, they went along. The people who wrote it, they also did. Where did I see this? I just want to make sure they also did the theme to Dora the Explorer.
That's a big one.
Yeah. Like, it's crazy the amount of stuff that they did. So the show was pretty wacky. There was the big, like, it looked like it was kind of like trippy almost, you know. It was very much taken
Like a
from
70s
was it
like
like
a
the
70s
it's
show.
early 80s,
Kinda like
but
the
it was
Electric
Company. Exactly what I was just about
Which
to
was
say.
71.
Yeah, I know.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. And so when we said space songs, this came to mind.
That's
This was
amazing.
like the first thing that came to
And the
mind.
best part of the Electric Company was the Spider-Man cartoon.
Yes, I did love that. Yes,
That was the best part.
Have you ever watched Yo Gabba Gabba? Now with your
I've seen them in concert.
They're crazy.
You've seen
Also
them in concert?
trippy.
I took our kid. Yeah, when
That's
like
crazy.
years ago. They came to the Beacon Theater.
Amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So this was it's January '81. It had 5 seasons of 250 episodes.
I'm more interested to know that it was created by Kermit Love. Space
The show?
The
Yes.
show.
Yeah, Kermit Love, who was one of the head puppeteers.
He created Oscar the Grouch and Big Bird.
Yeah, he came out. He was a Jim Henson guy.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of puppets on, including
His name is
And
Kermit.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Jim Henson made the Turtles and Splinter.
Oh, did he? That makes sense.
That's why they look so good.
Yeah.
And his name is Kermit, too.
Yeah. Gifford. So Chris Gifford, who's one of the singers, that was it.
Wow.
Went on to co-create Dora the Explorer.
Wow.
And
That's a big one.
And also the theme song for the Babysitters Club in the 90s. Well, yeah.
But
So
you know what?
all
That
from that
Transformers one is
show.
fun because I was a big
Transformers
freak.
more than meets the eye. I
Best
was
present
too.
I ever got was Optimus Prime. Like I just loved Transformers.
I had Optimus Prime and Soundwave.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my
you guys
god.
are-
I
And he was the
loved-
cassette, right?
He was the cassette.
Right.
I
And
still
there
have
was
it.
Ravage was the cassette, right?
There was Ravage. There was 4 of them you could get that went in and they turned into different
I
things.
had Sideswipe. It was like a red sports car.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember now. But okay. And
You're the Transformers generation.
Bumblebee,
were.
of course,
Bumblebee,
was
yeah.
beloved because he was the yellow bug. He was the beetle.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was, I'm trying to remember. Okay, so Transformers, more than meets the eye.
Yep.
Autobots rage and battle to destroy the evil forces of
The Decepticons.
Transformers,
Yep.
more than meets the eye.
Nice job.
I love it.
Yeah, they wrote it. Same
That's
people.
amazing.
Yep.
And you have a B.
Oh, what is it? I don't remember.
Okay, let's play it.
Oh! So this is one of the shorts in it. Do you remember? This is an Italian cartoon where the guy.
Phenomena. Bum, bum,
Nope.
ba-da-dum.
This guy.
Oh, the
And
drawing
they
guy.
the drawing
Right.
guy.
Remember that?
So this was part of the show. That's what I want to. Remember? He makes his own.
I need to watch this.
Remember those?
But you got to get high before you watch.
I know.
Yeah, oh, they're so funny.
Do you get high?
Yeah, sometimes.
How? Okay, I'm always curious now. Who partakes?
My wife and I.
Okay.
Once in a while. Not
Do
very
you get
often.
high?
Rarely.
Yeah, rarely.
Once in a while.
Rarely.
I'm a drinker.
Is that Holly McNarland? Do you get high from this
Is that
90s, a 90s Holly McNarland like CFNY song?
It was Numb is her song.
Yeah, but the other one was Do You Get High?
Oh, maybe.
She
I
had
don't
two.
Oh, okay.
Numb was a good one, yeah. But Do You Get High from this?
Anyways, yeah, that was this was part of this was
is
my favorite
super
part of the Great
cool.
Space
It's
Twister.
It's amazing.
And it was this was something that was done in the 70s.
Yeah.
In Italy. It was
It's
an
like a
Italian.
dim memory, this show,
Yes.
because I was almost too old, but I still loved all this kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's like he's drunk.
Yeah, it reminds me of that. Yes, I remember this very well. Absolutely. So here's Do You Get High?
Oh my god. That's amazing. What's that song called?
Oh, that wasn't a song. It was part of the video.
Part of the video.
Yeah, I'll send you the link.
I want it.
Okay, we're going to get to my first jam in a moment. Little detour, real quick one. I want to know if Bob remembers, because it was all over CFNY in the 90s.
Is this Holly McDonald? She's been on the show, right?
No.
Oh, no? We're friends on Facebook. She's in Prince Edward
Wait till we
County.
get to the... is she?
Yeah.
All the greats are going to Prince Edward County.
Yeah.
Although Steve Anthony came back.
Yeah, well, that's a whole other story.
Speaking of getting high.
Not anymore.
Right. Well, he does on Artificial Sugars.
This is the second single after Numb.
Yeah.
Yes.
Numb was the big one. This was the other big radio hit, though. So I remember digging this one, actually. I liked Harley McNarland. Here it comes.
Yes.
I remember this song.
I remember this, yes. But Numb was on one of the Big Shiny Tunes. And that's why it was so huge.
Oh, yes.
I thought Holly, and again, I don't want to be disrespectful here because Holly had a nice career, but I really thought she'd be a big fucking deal. Like, I just thought she had a great sound for the
I
time
should
period.
reach out to her. For some reason,
Ask her to come over.
For some reason,
What's
we're
up?
friends on Facebook. Like
Get her
friends.
over here.
Like, it's not
Really?
like yeah. I think I might have met her when she with Humble and Fred. She might have come in then. It
Oh,
seems
for sure.
about right.
That sounds right. Okay. I am going to kick out my first jam, and there's some fun facts around this that'll tie nicely with Rob Preuss's sweet spots. So let's kick out my jam.
Something old.
Seems as though I've lived my life on the bad side of the moon. To stir your dregs and sickness still without a rustic spoon. Now come on people, live with me where the light has never shone. And the hornets flock like hummingbirds, speaking in a foreign tongue. This is my life, this is my life, this is my life, my life. This is my life, this is my life, this is my life, my life. It seems as though I've lived my life on the bad side of the moon. Sure your dregs and sickness still without a rusted spoon. Now come on people, live with me where the light has never shone. With my hornets flock like hummingbirds, speaking in a foreign tongue. I'm a lot more away from the people who make me say on the bad side of the moon. This is my life, this is my life, this is my life. Still going. This is my life, this is my life, this is my life, my life.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. April Wine.
Yes.
An FOTM band. Shout out to Ridley Funeral Home. Miles Goodwin passed away a couple years ago. This is him. This was a big CanCon jam.
Yep.
And it was all over the radio, and I grew up hearing it all the time.
I remember when it was on the radio first time round. Like, was I like 5 years old or so? Was it 70? 1970-ish?
72?
72. Oh, yeah, even better.
Oh, I think.
Yeah.
But okay, so I don't even know if it's a mind blow to anybody, but I've decided to like exercise on the side of people don't know shit. So that's my new thing I'm doing here. So April Wine, Bad Side of the Moon, which, April Wine, of course. Miles Goodwin died in 2023.
Yeah.
By the way. And this, I think, was their first hit.
Yes,
on
it
Canadian,
was.
Because the next one was You Could Have Been a Lady.
Yep.
Which
Similar.
Is
it's weird. In a way, it's sort of similar. Something about it is related.
well, they're both covers.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. So on that note, they're both covers. I will bring down Miles. Shout out to Ridley Funeral Home. And I will play a different song by one of Rob Preuss's all-time favorite artists.
The writer of the song.
The original version of this song.
It seems as though I've lived my life on a bedside on the moon. To stir your dregs and sickness still without the rustic spoon. Common people live with me where the light has never shone. And the hermits flock like a hummingbird, speak in a foreign tongue. I'm a light world away from the people who make me stay. Sitting on the bad side of the moon.
Rob, do you remember the original version of Bad Side of the Moon by Elton John?
Yeah.
Love it. I knew the April Wine version first, for sure. Because it was a radio hit. I don't know that this was actually a single for Elton.
Well, I have a fun fact on this.
Lay it
okay?
on us.
So, this is the B-side to the very first radio hit that Elton John ever had.
Oh.
Okay? We're going back to 1970 here.
Yeah.
Okay? So, let me play the A-side. So we now know, if you didn't know, April Wine's Bad Side of the Moon is a cover of Elton John's Bad Side of the Moon, the B-side to this song right here.
Border song. Really?
Holy Moses, I have been removed. I have seen the spectre. He has been here too. Distant cousin from down the line, brand of people who ain't my kind. Holy Moses, I have been removed.
Ready for a mind blow? Bob, are you ready for a mind blow?
Do it.
This song peaked at number 34 in Canada, making it the very first time in the career of Elton John he cracked the top 40 in any country.
Wow.
This did not chart in the UK. It made 92 in the United States, but 34 in Canada.
Cool.
The first chart appearance in any country for Sir Elton John.
And it was on his greatest hits album, which he released in '74 as well, which I thought was interesting because that album for me when I was 9 years old, they were all new songs to me anyways.
What, the greatest hits?
The first greatest hits album. And that came out in '74. He'd only had like 4. Can you imagine anybody now after 4 years doing a greatest hits album with like 10 fantastic songs? It's crazy.
Must have been a contractual obligation.
Yeah, for sure. But it was like they were such great songs.
So Border Song, and just to wrap up my mind blows here, I don't know if this is going to be a mind blow either, but
Holy Moses, I have been removed. I have seen the specter, he has been here too. Distant cousin from down the line, random people who ain't my kind. Holy Moses, I have been removed.
this is the Queen of Soul, everybody. This is Aretha Franklin.
Nice.
Amazing.
Who had a bigger hit with this song than Elton did.
Wow.
She took it to number 37 on the Billboard Hot 100. Remember, Elton fizzled out in the 90s, 92. But Aretha did not name this song Border Song. She called this song Holy Moses.
Oh, funny. Interesting.
And she closed her Young, Gifted, and Black album with this jam.
Amazing.
Turns it into a gospel track.
Yeah, really gospel-y. Even Elton's like in the beginning,
Yeah,
you
it's
can sort of
got-
hear that
yeah.
tinge, right? He always loved that style. Wow.
Bob, any words No, Rob.
It's Rob.
Rob.
Yes.
Rob's also Bob. Right? Do people call you Bob? Anybody?
Only by mistake.
Like I just did?
Yeah.
Rob, any words before your second jam?
No, this is my newest Outer Space jam, and I really discovered it just a couple of days ago, searching Spotify. And because there's too many choices. Like I had a
But
lot
I do
of.
find this interesting. I don't know if Bob will agree with me, but like when we decide on the topic,
Yeah.
that you don't take something from your brain, you discover something after the topic.
I
is
do a bit of
chosen.
both. Because it's only 3 songs, I really want it to count. And this one, because I got demoted on one of my other choice, which
that's
is
true.
okay.
It's very rare us three get a dupe.
I know,
but we
it's
had
good.
a dupe this week.
It's good though.
Oh, is it mine?
I don't know.
It was mine.
Oh, okay, good.
First come, first serve when there's dupes.
I know, but
you
it's
were
okay.
last in.
Yeah. But I didn't mind because I felt actually that song, that there was more options. But then this song came out of left field, and I love it, and it's a kid's song, and it's really, to me, we were all fascinated with outer space since childhood. It's one of those universal questions that we have, like
Sure.
what's out there, you know?
So the Queen of Soul is going to take us to. It's going to be quite a shift in tones, actually. But going to take us to Rob's second jam.
Can we live in peace?
I'm in my ship, I'm ready for launch, just waiting for a blast off. I'm heading up, away from the ground, just waiting for a countdown.
T-minus 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Outer space, flying my ship through outer space. Outer space, flying beyond our pale blue dot. Look how close we are to the moon.
Wow, there's a satellite going zoom.
And there goes a comet flying past. I wonder how long it's been doing that. What else could there be out here to see? Flying our ship to infinity. Outer space, flying my
All right, Rob, tell us what we're listening to, buddy.
It's a YouTube dude named Blippi.
Of course it is.
So Blippi apparently is a big hit with kids today.
I've heard of Blippi.
Yeah, for like the last 10 or 15 years, Blippi's been a thing. Where he's one of these people. There was an article in the New York Times on some other channel called Coco Melon.
Coco Melon's massive for the under 4 crowd.
Yeah. So Coco Melon, Blippi's in that world too. Where like I found this song on YouTube, and there was a version where they basically loop it for like 2 hours.
Yep.
People are killing their kids they're killing the brain cells instant, like at a nice young age.
I have a question. Can you monetize videos for kids?
I don't know
On
actually.
YouTube?
Sure,
of course
I'm
you
sure
can.
you can.
What's about
Yeah.
views, right?
Yeah.
No, but it's about ad inserts, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like they don't do ad inserts.
Yeah, you might be
because
right.
when I upload, because I got the Toronto Mike feed, and it says,
Yeah.
"Is this made for kids?"
Right.
They ask you on the upload.
Yep.
And I'm like, "No, man, we're gonna drop some f-bombs in here."
Yeah.
And then it can be monetized.
Yes.
I wonder, just allow, like you get 1 trillion views on your kids.
There's
thing.
got to be some way to
Yeah, I
monetize.
don't know.
You don't see the ads when it's for kids, right?
That's right.
That's
so
all.
this guy, Stephen John, was the creator of Blippi, and he's basically, it's like $1 billion industry. But I love this song because it sounds, you know what it reminds me of? It sounds like sort of like the Flaming Lips, and it also reminds me of Kevin Hearn and the Bare Naked Ladies. Kevin would write a song like this in a second. There's like
Rob Preuss would write a song.
I would write a song like this.
Why don't you and your wife start a channel for kids songs?
I know. I've been thinking about it. I mean,
move to Canada and do it from here.
That's right. But there's a childlike innocence to that music, and yet it's dealing with the questions that we all have about outer space.
Sure.
Starting at that young age, the questions begin getting into you.
Well,
So
Stephen John, who is the guy who plays Blippi, he was actually a member of the Air Force.
Yes.
From 2006 to 2008.
I know. And then he came out of the military a couple years later. He started this thing.
Yeah, and now he's quit.
Yeah,
he's quit
left.
being Blippi. He said he thought it was too childish.
Yes, and he has people that like do it because he was like a character.
Shout out to Rafi. He's never going to quit.
Stephen John is his name. Clayton. Oh, now there's a new guy. Oh,
Jeremy Hopkins says Blippi's Excavator song is off the hook.
Yeah, I was listening to that
And
this
Canada
morning.
Kev is
It's on Sesame
saying, back to Aretha for a moment, that we should all check out Aretha live at the Fillmore East.
Oh, yeah.
For more insane covers.
Yep.
And he also chimed in on Yo Gabba Gabba. It's supposed to be a talking yam, but it reminds him more of a turd. So that is Canada Kev.
Says a lot about you,
Moose
sir.
Grumpy loves Yo Gabba Gabba. She's a big Yo Gabba Gabba head. I'm just
they're
checking
super
in
cool.
the live stream.
There's a new generation of Yo Gabba Gabba too. They have a young girl now who's the host, but it's the same characters as well, but trying to like sort of revitalize it.
And the observation made by Canada Kev is up to now, Rob, you did a TV theme song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you did this YouTube thing.
That's true.
And Bob did a TV theme song.
Yeah. Another childhood thing.
Just, I'm the only one who kind of went off and did real songs.
No, I got a real song coming up.
All right.
My song, in fact, won the Academy Award for Best Song of the Year. What? The year it was released. Yeah.
Okay, you want me to kick it?
Yeah, I just want to say Blippi was sold for $120 million, by the way.
Crazy.
Good for that guy.
Yep.
Yeah. The guy sold it. The guy, Stephen John, sold it to Moonbug Entertainment for $120 million.
You know what? I would take that money for Toronto Mike.
Yes.
I just think that's...
If somebody wants to buy that, just like, there is a number, right? There's a number.
I thought it wasn't for sale until I heard that number.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm going to kick it. I have 2 songs from you here. Okay, so I got to get them in the right order. Here we go.
No, we're doing this one now. Okay, that's cool. No, this one did not win an Academy Award.
Okay.
Good
song, go.
That's fine. We'll do this,
I think that's the order you sent.
I don't know, maybe.
Check the archive.
I don't know. Doesn't matter. This one came to mind first.
This was on my list as well.
Standing there alone, the ship is waiting, all systems are go. Are you sure? Control is not convinced, but the computer has the evidence. No need to abort. The countdown starts. Watching in a trance, the crew is certain, nothing left to chance. All is working, trying to relax. Up in the capsule, sent me up a drink. Jokes, Major Tom. The count goes on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Earth below us, drifting, falling, floating away.
That is a space song, all right?
Love it.
Yeah. Peter Schilling, German. Peter Schilling, definitely an homage to David Bowie, of course, Space Oddity.
Sure.
I didn't know this is actually part of a pop music cultural scene in Berlin at the time called NDW, which was New Deutsche Welle or Welle, New Deutsche Welle. Yeah.
Wow.
So it was a social movement within German society.
Wow.
And there's English and German versions of this song.
Yeah, the German one is great.
Yeah, I knew this because it would have been on I think it was a pop hit. Like it would have not just been on a CFNY.
Oh, no.
I think it crossed over to mainstream
Absolutely.
pop. And I think it was a top. It reached number 1 in West Germany. It was number 14 on the Billboard 100. Yeah, so big song. We used to play it Sunday nights from Whiskey Saigon a lot. The retro 80s night, DJ Dwight, Martin Streak, and myself. We used to play this quite a bit. It went over very well. And when so two things that came to mind immediately with space songs was the Great Space Coaster and this song came to mind.
So is this a response to ground control?
Sort of.
Yeah, so it's a new wave. So basically what it says is it's featuring the story of the character unofficially related to Major Tom,
right,
the astronaut in Bowie's Space Oddity. He's never actually said it was for sure, but yeah, absolutely it is.
I have a collection of, I always take photos of the charts,
Oh, yeah.
little jump charts. So this is from January 7th, 84. It was number 6.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I just have nice. Yeah. So, this is a jam. It's a good jam.
Rob Preuss, did you hear me chat with John Rowlands?
Yes.
And that the iconic photo of David Bowie, the Archer, they call it.
Yeah.
One of his most famous pics.
Yep. Amazing. It's a good conversation.
I don't think I didn't have any mind blows for this, did I? No.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. I don't remember anything.
You don't remember any of your mind blows?
I sent this like 3 days ago. So totally gone.
All right, we're going to roll into a mind blow here, gentlemen.
Yeah, and I'll be able to.
You wanted me to skip ahead, but I refused.
Oh, right.
Minus 1 minute 35 seconds. And
Yes.
counting.
It's very spacey. I like it.
Yes. Oh, this is yeah. This guy's already been on the show. This is a cover by William Shatner.
Oh, no way.
Yes. Yep. This is a cover by William Shatner because he did a whole album of space songs,
Yeah.
and this is it. This
did
is
Major
big. Yeah, what's that?
He did Major Tom?
Yeah, it's coming up right here.
Wow.
7, 6,
Space Oddity would be on that.
Yeah.
album, probably.
3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition.
Didn't can't remember who produced this.
Yes, liftoff. Air 4, ignition. Minus 1 minute. Liquid hydrogen tank is at flight pressure.
Here we go.
Oh, wow.
T-minus 1 minute mark and counting. The firing system for the sound suppression water will be armed just a couple seconds from now. It has been armed.
Standing there alone. The ship is waiting. All systems are go.
Love it.
Control is not convinced, but the computer has the evidence. No need to abort. The countdown starts. Watching in a trance, the crew is certain. Nothing left to chance. All is working, trying to relax.
This was released in 2011.
Capsule. Send me up a drink.
Shatner did Rocket Man, right?
Yeah, he did a whole bunch.
I mean, spoiler alert, it's going to be Hanson today.
Yeah, too bad. But that would have been a good one, too.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Would have been better than the YouTube one you discovered last week. Where's Rocket Man? How do I not get Rocket Man from Preuss?
Too obvious.
Or even Space Oddity.
Too obvious.
Too. You're Hansoning these fuckers.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Bob.
So just listen to some of the people on this album. I don't know on this song, but on this album is Zakk Wylde, Sheryl Crow, Brad Paisley, Bootsy Collins. It's crazy.
So Sheryl Crow just sold her Tesla, gave the money to
Yeah, I saw
NPR.
that, yeah.
Would you guys get rid of a Tesla if you had bought one like 5 years ago before we realized what he was about?
I mean, you'd probably be
Humble
done.
Howard drives a Tesla.
Does he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you bought one. Last year.
Oh, I mean, he's already got the money. I don't know.
I would have never bought one in the first place.
Would you want to be seen driving it?
No.
I now urinate on Cybertrucks.
Oh, good to know.
I whip out my wiener. Oh, by the way, there's a measuring tape.
Yes, to whip out your wiener with.
From Ridley Funeral.
Cybertruck. This is a cool arrangement, actually. Except for his voice.
Him talking it over.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I love his cover of Common People.
Common People is the best one he has. Roaches, climb the wall. Yeah.
Still with us, great Canadian.
Yeah.
It's a rock spoken word album, they call this.
Yeah, that's his jam, man. Rocket Man, yeah. Okay.
There you go. That was it.
Home.
Yeah, this did not win an Academy Award. My next song does.
Okay. All right, gentlemen, I am going to kick out another FOTM. Maybe I'm only kicking out FOTM jams. No, that's not true, actually. But this one is an FOTM jam.
Oh, yeah, I knew this was going to... She's playing in Brampton at the Rose Theatre.
Oh, it's a nice theater.
Yep.
It's off seat.
Where she's advertising on Indie 88. Tell me you have the remix, too.
All right, this is Biff Naked.
Yeah. Ibificus.
Ibificus, the greatest Biff Naked album, full of radio hits. CFNY played a lot of Ibificus.
She's terrific. I know she's been on your show a bunch of times. She came on my show. She's great.
Sweetheart, always walking her dog, literally 3 blocks
from you.
Here,
Yeah,
really
really.
close here. There's a park she brings her dog.
What year was this released?
98.
Really?
Earlier than that, I think.
This one, yeah. You know what? You're right.
Really? 893 or 4.
And what's it called? What's the name of the song?
Spaceman.
Spaceman.
Cool.
So this is okay. So Bob alluded to it already, but this is the version on Ibificus.
Yeah.
This is the album cut. This went to number 36 on our RPM singles chart.
Oh, wow.
When was Ibificus released?
I'm looking at it right now. Released. We went to number 36 on the RPM chart, like you just said. 98, dude.
Wow.
I told you.
Yeah.
98?
Yes. I told you.
Oh, okay. Well, the remix came out in 98 because I'm going to play it in a second.
Wow.
Here we go. The original. Shout out to Andy on the live stream who bumped into Biff Naked at the Shoppers Drug Mart at Park Lawn in Queensway.
Oh, wow.
And that's her hood. So Biff. Andy, that's her hood. She's in the condos there.
Wow.
I believe we call that Mimico. But they added a new Humber Bay Shores neighborhood. I can't tell anymore where Mimico ends and Humber Bay begins. But okay, I call that Mimico because
I believe it's the America Bay Shores now.
You get out of my fucking basement. You know what? Who's the guy? I want to know who's this fucker who went to the Canada-US game in the Bell Center in Montreal wearing the Trump
Oh my
jersey
God,
with
that
51 on the back.
Oh,
seriously, because
wow.
like, you know,
what a troll.
You know I'm a non-violent man, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys know this?
I don't know. You
fuck
piss on
that guy. I
cars.
would punch him in the nose. I piss on cars. That's non-violent. I boo anthems. I piss on car.
That's a trolling shirt.
But I think it's legal to punch that guy in the face. I'm serious. I'm very proud of this fucking country. And my favorite thing about this fucking country that I was born into is that it's not America.
Yeah, I know.
It's literally number one on my list of things I like about Canada is that we're not America.
Yep.
Don't fuck with that. I'm taking this. I got tomorrow morning in this basement is an MP, Marcy Ian.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what do I want to talk to Marcy about? I'll tell you what number one is. Protect this nation's sovereignty.
Yep. It's the most important thing, for sure. Charlie Angus is on a roll too, right? Like
I'm taking partial credit.
You have to take credit. It's amazing that he's been down here, but he's in Brussels, right? Giving shit.
You know, he came to. It turned out I found out he was in Toronto because he was going to go on the agenda.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
But he had time Monday morning to drop by.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not taking any credit because it's all Charlie Angus. He was going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
But I noticed a lot of these things he worked out in the basement appeared verbatim everywhere else in the fucking
It's a nice warm-up for him.
You're like his warm-up.
It's a good fucking warm-up. Okay, my goodness gracious. Okay. And by the way, VP of Sales, who is a Mimico guy, I don't hold that against him. He's a sweetheart. That's his shoppers. See, I got a Shoppers in New Toronto, but I call it the shitty Shoppers. Like it's small,
one?
It's old school. They don't have a lot of selection. If I need to go big on my Shoppers, I got to go to Royal York and Bloor, where there's a big, or I got to go to Park Lawn and Lakeshore,
Seriously?
which is the one we're talking about.
That's far away.
Park Lawn and Queensway has one too, but I go to Park Lawn and
Find
Lakeshore.
a Rexall so
of
we don't give
shoppers
everything to
around here.
Galen, eh? Like,
Yeah, but at least Galen. Fuck that guy. But Loblaw is still a Canadian company, right? I just need to keep track of all this shit, okay? And the Tim Hortons coffee I see to my left, because you're drinking beer brewed in Southern Etobicoke.
Yeah.
Okay?
all right.
What about
Isn't
Tim
it a
Hortons?
Brazilian hedge fund? And it's not American.
Yeah, no, it's not American
Really?
anymore. No, yeah.
Throw it out.
No, but it's not Canadian.
It's
is what
not.
I'm saying.
It was
but it's
bought,
not American.
No, it was bought by
So it's
somebody.
okay. It's Brazilian hedge funds. You can support the Brazilian hedge funds on this program. Okay.
It's funny, when I think of a Brazilian, I don't think of a hedge.
Smaller head, a less
I mean,
hedge.
like
I
very
get that. It's a
shorn.
pubic hair.
A hedge, a very shorn hedge.
Can you do pubic hair jokes on indie?
I can do whatever
Is there
I
a
want.
line? Like, do you know the line? Or do you...
I've discovered the line, yes.
Okay, how can you tell us that story?
Sure, I can. I did a story it wasn't a sexual thing. I discovered how sensitive the indie listeners are because I did a story about a guy in Calgary who died on stage. He was a local community actor, and he died on stage in November. Yeah, and he was in the middle.
Shout out to Ridley Funeral.
He was in the middle of doing it, and I said, "Look, I'm a nice person. I try to be nice, but I get dark thoughts sometimes." And I said, "And this is the dark." And I preambled it all.
Yeah.
And I said, "Look, here's what I thought." He was doing. It was in November, and he was doing Charles Dickens' the Christmas Carol.
Wow.
And I said, well, sometimes if you do Christmas stuff too early, people die. Right? That wasn't.
So someone was offended by that?
Someone try half a dozen people.
way.
One person called me a
I'm
fucking
sorry.
asshole.
They're giving us all the bad name.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying this whole bullshit I hear, snowflakes, this and that.
Oh.
I love dark humor.
It was a little dark, but
I throw it around. I can take it. The darker the better.
I even said, look, if it was local, I wouldn't have done it because his family could have been listening.
yeah.
But it wasn't local. I said it
Gallows
was
humor, they called it.
Gallows humor is
I preambled it that it was going to be dark.
That's so
So
funny.
like it's not like it came
it's
out
not
of the
that
blue.
dark.
No, it's not that dark. It just says if you do Christmas stuff early, somebody's gonna die.
And multiple people complain.
Multiple people.
What do they do to complain? They send emails?
So I got one email, I got several texts,
Wow.
and then they also commented on the India 88 Instagram.
Oh my God.
Did your boss talk to you?
No.
So nobody said
I
it
told
flew
him
to you.
about it.
Okay. I just wondered if
No.
they said, "Hey, Bob,
Wow.
Here's what I've been told.
Let's be
Do you know
more
what I've been told?
sensitive.
I will tell you guys what I've been told by the owner of the company. He goes, I want some what the fuck on your show.
Yeah, good.
He said, I want some WTF.
Wow.
He goes, I know you're a performer. I want to tune on. I want to put your show on and go, wow, I didn't expect that. I'm like,
That's amazing.
Be ready.
You're born for that.
Be ready.
Yeah.
Rob Preuss, that's the first time you heard Biff Naked Spaceman.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh.
so that's the version on Ibificus.
It was really good.
Okay.
But it's funny that you say 1998. I can envision that sounds like 1998.
All right, you want to hear something that sounds even more like 1988?
Yep.
All right, this might be bigger than that version.
It is.
You ready?
Went to number 2.
Okay.
This one.
Spaceman, oh spaceman, come rescue me from this corner.
Much Dance, 98.
Right.
Yes, come rescue me.
Love it.
Yeah, I knew you would.
Oh, God.
Now, do you know the Boomtang Boys?
Nope.
Have you ever heard of that? They're a Canadian remix kind of.
Yeah. I think I know the name, but
they've done a ton of remixes.
So Bob knew this was coming. How could I not? Of course, when you think of Spaceman by Biff, you think of the Boom.
So this was the bigger hit?
This was on all the top 40 stations.
Yeah,
This
it went to number 2.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this went to number 2, 1998. This is the
Boomtang
Boomtang
Boys.
Boys.
And I
It's
remember-
just hard to say quickly. Say it, Bob.
Boomtang
Radio
Boys?
guy. Do it again.
Boomtang Boys.
Again.
DJ Denny D, Z1035. Tony Monaco with you.
Before I read a note for Rob, and then we get Rob's final jam, I will just play a little Boomtang Boys.
Of an original? Since we like to party? It's like a... Remember like that I'm Blue, Bada Bee, Eiffel 65 era?
Or even Aqua, like
Yeah,
Barbie Girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very Aqua, you're right.
Yeah. think she's Norwegian, I feel. Aqua? Norwegian?
No,
Danish?
Swedish?
Danish?
No, Aqua is actually
Not Swedish. Danish?
No, I think they're Danish. Yeah. Copenhagen. Yeah.
I've been there. Even Prozac-y, like It Sucks to Be You and all that Prozac.
Yes,
stuff.
very yeah.
Wow. Okay. So what's worse, this or Two Princes? If Bob Willette had to choose,
I would keep this on because I never hear it.
Yeah.
I'll take Two Princes. Hook Two Princes to my phone.
Would you?
Two
Yeah.
Princes sounds like Pearl Jam to me after I hear this.
No, hearing this, at least it's not something that radio and satellite and all the playlists too, I will say, the algorithms have killed, right? If you put on a 90s...
Yeah, there's a reason for that. No one wants to hear it.
I don't know about that.
I want to hear it on fucking indie.
Okay. I'll work it in the background.
Yeah, well, why can't you do these things, thematic Bob shows where you do the mind blows after you... I know you don't get the
working. So here's the thing. I'm working on a feature.
How does Toast get on Indie 88?
Yeah. I'm working on a feature that will be kind of like a... Let's call it an ongoing history of new music, but Toronto related. Oh. So not necessarily about Toronto bands, but things that happened in Toronto. So I've already written the script for a bunch of them. Things like the John Lennon, the Plastic Ono Band at Varsity.
Yep.
That will be one, and we'll play some. We'll play some John Lennon, and from that.
And you can play Echo Beach, and you could talk about where Mark was when he thought of this song.
Spadina Bus comes to mind. Lovers in a Dangerous Time, the video that really put. Really started, nationally putting, the Bare Naked Ladies on everybody's radar there.
Yeah, gave Much Music something to play.
My Definition by My Definition by Dream Warriors.
Yeah.
So I've got all these scripts written.
That's so
We're just
cool.
getting it put together, and it'll be on my show. Yeah. So I'm working on it.
Do you need a theme song?
Do I need a theme song? Maybe. Yeah.
Rob, how long before he's too big for us? Like he's like, I can't slum it in your basement anymore.
He won't forget us. He won't forget
I like this. This is fun.
Keyboardist for Spoons is one level of, but Bob's going up
I know.
here.
It's good. Aim high. Aim high.
yeah.
Aim for the universe.
Richard Blanchard sent me an email, and he said, I'll read it verbatim because it pats me on the back off the top. Good interview of Alan Gregg. It was a good interview, wasn't it? Okay. The Spoons concert was during the summer of '84 for Young PCs. I found another appearance by the Spoons for PCs, Michael Wilson's leadership campaign in 1983.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know this alliance. I know you say you would play anywhere and you didn't care what you were doing.
Yeah.
But this alliance, the Spoons and the Conservative Progressive Conservative Party.
That's a Bill Davis era,
Yeah.
right?
But it is surprising.
This is surprising. I have no idea.
Just playing where you go.
Wherever
You
Gord
weren't
told
even
you to
old
go.
enough to vote.
So Gord said you're doing this, and you just did it. Like, I'm a keyboardist. I play with this band, and it's who knew they were a bunch of Alex P. Keatons in that band?
There really were.
Young Republicans. Yeah.
We did a lot of gigs in those days. Like we played like every high school in Southern Ontario as well. I'm like, really? This is the pinnacle of where we are.
Well, we were talking about April Wine earlier, and like they played every town, county, fair. And that's what made them huge, right? They would play
you go where the people are.
Rush and Max Webster followed the same template.
Yep.
That was the thing to do.
And you know what? It's still happening to a degree. Peterborough has a music fest that they get somebody. Obviously the Burlington one is a big one.
Sound of Music,
the Sound of Music one.
Yeah.
There's and that's government money. It's all government money. It's all sponsorship money from the government.
That's right.
And it's still happening.
Yep, still happening.
Rob, any words before your third jam?
No, it's a little obvious, but this was the first one that came to mind.
Wow.
A lot of John Williams talk on this show.
That is the sound of space, like for a generation.
Excitement when you hear that.
Yeah, that first chord, right?
Especially,
with the scroll.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. Yeah, you can't go wrong with this.
The thing is that opening chord is the most exciting thing you've ever heard, and it's the whole orchestra playing one note.
Is it really?
Yeah. So it's a B flat. Can you go back and start it again?
Can
anything for you?
Yeah.
Wait, while he's getting it re-queued up, how much of your gear do you still have?
Not tape. I got it queued up already.
Oh, you were going to ask me that. That's right.
I did. I wanted to ask you that.
I have a lot of old keyboards.
Yeah?
I have my Spoons keyboards I still have. I have the very first synthesizer I ever got when I was 11. My mom and dad bought for me.
Wow.
And they surprised me with this. Yeah.
don't throw those keyboards out when they break. Because those chemicals end up in our landfill.
Oh, wow.
Go to recyclebyelectronics.ca.
Oh, yes.
It's true.
I'll never postal code,
I'll never
which you don't
recycle
have,
them.
Rob.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get you a postal code. Come home.
L7, L3, J6.
I mean this.
That's the old one? The one
That's
you grew up?
my sister's.
We want. It's time to come home.
I know.
Like you're being called home. You're in enemy territory.
I'm home every month.
You do. You come back every month.
I do ever
come home. Your wife will thank you later. You belong here, and you're in. Do you know you're in enemy territory? Do you know we were great allies?
He can be
to
our
that
spy.
country?
He can be our spy.
We were America's best friends in America for no reason at all. No good reason. Just decided to fuck our shit up and threaten us.
It's the weirdest thing, right?
Biggest
Like out
bullies.
of nowhere. Yeah.
Like when I put it, my 8-year-old was asking me about this thing, and I said, "Okay, who's your best friend?" She goes, "Oh, it's Winnie." And I said, "Okay, let's say you and Winnie are best friends, and then one day." Because of nothing you did, not your fault. Winnie came in, she was super mean to you. Yeah. She started pushing you around, and not only said, "I'm not your best friend anymore," I'm not your friend at all. Yeah. I'm now your enemy. Yeah. And she said, "Well, that would never happen." I'm saying, it happened.
That's what you think.
It happened, Morgan.
Watch Winnie.
It's happening right now.
And I think the saddest thing is that there's a lot of Americans who don't feel that way, but they're led along. But people, for years and years and years, people say, "Well, this isn't who we are. This, the government always does shit. There's like wars of choice, whatever." And there will always be people saying it doesn't represent the best of us. And unfortunately, with America, when your president is a fucking idiot,
but I don't hear the voices.
You.
I don't hear any.
I know.
I don't hear any. You know what else is really bothering me? And I don't mean to pick on this guy specifically, but he was the first name because in the Charlie Angus chat he came up. Yeah. But people like Wayne Gretzky. Like people like these these great Canadians who moved to the States because that's where the work is, the money is, whatever. Who aren't speaking out on this. Like I'm now watching these. I'm watching the SNL thing, and I'm seeing, look, that guy's Canadian. That guy's Canadian. Like they're being silent on this. Right. No, and I don't hear anything from this.
They made fun of it with the opening with Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Did they?
They had Martin Short arrested by ICE.
Oh, gee.
I did see that.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
One thing that was nice is after the Lonely Planet tribute at the concert I watched last night, the Canadian flag went on the screen. Yeah. And it was like a quiet little Lorne Michaels thing or whatever. The guy's from here.
Yeah.
He's Canadian.
Yeah, he's a Toronto guy.
Yeah.
But the silence is really irking me. And then I remember, we're supposed to be part of some fucking Commonwealth, right? So on my money, I got, right now it's Queen Elizabeth, but it's going to be this Charlie guy, Charles, King Charles, right?
Yep.
Whatever. I've lost track of these King Charles. But I hear nothing from him. I'm not hearing any support.
No, he's gone on record. Yes, he did. Yeah, he did.
It didn't make it to my.
Well, who cares what he thinks? He has no real power.
My point is, it would be nice if the world were more vocal about the fact that, hey, you don't get to threaten your NATO ally, your best friend.
No, they did. They invited us to join the EU.
Well, who invited whom to join the EU?
That's
Charles. What has Charles said?
No,
on this?
Charles is not in the EU. So no, but
they Brexited.
Yeah, they Brexited. No, there was a whole thing. I think maybe it was the who is it? Who is it that owns Greenland? Denmark.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was the Prime Minister of Denmark said, "Well, maybe we should get Canada to join the EU."
Okay, well, there's one guy out there, but I feel like all these big Canadians down south have been very quiet on this issue.
I'm not being quiet.
They're afraid. You're not being quiet.
No. But I'm in Canada.
We love you.
But I'm in Canada. But any chance I get to speak out to people in New York?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're also preaching to the choir there too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, go do that in Kentucky.
I know.
See how that goes.
Yeah. Oh, so
all right. Can we hear that opening?
Yeah, play that. So wait before you hit play. So it's one giant note. It's only a B flat. The whole orchestra at one time, which is why it's so exciting. It's the sound of the universe.
Okay, here it is.
Yeah. One note.
Is that like a full whole note, or is it it's like a whole
Yeah. I mean, I was born in 74, okay? You can figure it out. And Bob, a couple years later.
76.
76. But
I was 11 years old.
This movie was fucking everything for us.
I was 11 years old when I saw this, and like in the first month, I saw it like 11 times. Like you just keep going back to the movie theater.
Yeah. And then I think I shared this on the program a few times, but there was a period of time where every birthday party I went to, they would rent a VCR.
Yes.
And this movie.
Yeah.
And we would watch it, and it was like unbelievable.
When I was a kid, I remember CFTO, Channel 9, Sunday afternoons would play Star Wars or Empire with commercials. And I would watch it at my grandmother's house after church.
Wow.
And then in 83 or 80, was it 83 when Jedi came out?
Yes.
I saw it at the Palace Theater at Danforth and Pape. And it was just amazing.
Fun fact by Canada Kev is there's no sound in space.
That's what they
Because as
say.
we know, in space, no one can hear you scream.
But if you scream in a forest and nobody's there to hear it, anyway.
Well, that's Bruce Colburn, right?
Yeah.
If a tree falls in the forest,
Does anybody
does
care?
anybody care?
And then this breaks down into this.
This music right here. Then it gets mysterious.
yeah.
That's John Williams. So he used to do music for the Twilight Zone as well.
Yes.
And you can sort of feel that same
for
kind
sure.
of mysterious.
Also got a bit of a Western vibe. Some of his stuff.
This is a space western.
Yeah,
it is.
absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, very good. You get some mind blows, right?
Yes. Okay. So you can play the next one, which was on the radio as a big hit.
Mecca? Yeah.
Of course. Same key.
I have the
everything.
45.
Yes. Top 10 song.
Yeah, it was.
And the little R2D2 sounds are the best.
Yeah, I know. I used to play the hell out of this when I was a
best.
kid. Who is Mecca?
Meko,
yeah.
His name was Meko Minardo.
Okay.
And he was an actual like a musician in New York. And he went to the opening weekend of Star Wars, and he was like, "Holy shit, this is the coolest thing ever!" And he proposed the idea of doing a disco version of the music to a couple labels, and somebody, I don't know, with CBS said, "Sure, go for it."
Wow.
So it was released, top 10.
Yeah.
Love it.
Love it.
And one of the co-producers.
Doesn't it break down into the Cantina song too?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's the big metal.
Oh yeah.
One of the co-producers was Tony Bon Jovi. John Bon Jovi's second cousin.
Wow.
Yeah. So he ran a recording studio in
And
New
that's
York.
why John Bon Jovi, the Star Wars Christmas.
Oh, that's right. He sang on that. That's right.
Like that's his first credit.
Yes.
Really? I own that. I
wait,
have it on
here's
vinyl.
Is that the one where Wookiee get a Wookiee a comb for Christmas?
Yes.
Where the fuck
Yeah.
that's
I
called?
have that on vinyl.
That's like the big jam off that album. Okay,
Tony
well,
Bon Jovi
look
was
for-
one of the producers.
but he spells Bon Jovi the real way.
Bon Jovi.
Yes. Bongiovi.
B-O-U-N, I think.
Nope.
Bueno.
Bongiovi.
Okay.
So, and then he began this recording studio called the Power Station, which is where we re-recorded with
Right.
Nile Rodgers. And John, now I think back, I'm like, I don't know, but I think John used to like sweep up the studio
Yeah.
even in those days,
Crazy.
which is weird. Yeah. Oh yeah, here's the Cantina Band section. And it sounds like an old, like, 1930s.
Just picture yourself in Studio 54,
I know.
just doing rails of coke and dancing to this.
Right?
Shout out to Steve Anthony. Inspired mind blow on the Star Wars thing, but we're not done yet.
Oh, you got my other one.
We've been talking. Yes, I did. We've been talking quite a bit today about this 50th anniversary of Saturday Night Live because it produced such great content. Like I've been loving watching like the musical performances.
Yep.
And then I just came off Fire Aid. Did you watch this?
Yes.
Where Nirvana.
Yep.
I don't know if you can call them that because there's no Kurt.
Yep.
I don't think it's
With all
Nirvana,
the
but
women
The
singing.
others
Yep.
did 3 songs, 3 different singers, and I was like, oh, I fucking love this band.
Yeah.
Like, and then we saw Post Nirvana, and I'm like, oh, they should fucking tour. Like, okay, so we're gonna roll right into a SNL celebration.
I'm glad I
here.
remembered this one.
Bill Murray.
Who did Weekend Update? He counted down the top. I thought that was pretty good.
Really
Amazing.
funny.
His brother was number 1.
Yes.
Brian Doyle.
The African American one is just Shay.
You know, Freddie on Mad Men. I know you know this. Is another brother.
Yes, I did. know
Another
that,
Murray
yeah.
brother. There's a lot of Murray brothers.
This is the Nick Winter Show, and I do the entertaining. Thank you. Let's go out with something really hot for these folks. A big hit out of '77. Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. Give me the Star Wars. Don't let them end.
Paul Schaefer on piano.
Star Wars, if they should Star Wars, please let these Star Wars stay. And hey, how about that nutty Star Wars bar? Can you forget all the creatures in there? And hey, Darth Vader in that black and evil mask. Did he scare you as much as he scared me? Star Wars. Those here in Star Wars. My 7th winner up here. Star Wars.
Oh my God. That was in 1978.
Wow. So
Amazing.
before we kick out Bob's final jam, I will just do my top 3 people who didn't attend the SNL reunion, the 50th anniversary, because some people couldn't attend because they were dead.
Oh.
Okay. These are people who could have attended and did not attend. I was surprised they weren't there. Ready for this? My own personal list. I just did it while watching it. Dan Aykroyd was not there.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Weird.
Kingston's own. Shout out to the Tragically Hip and Bill Wilichka. The great Kingston.
Who's now selling cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing a good job.
Yeah, like
Good for him.
Barry Davis is I think he's selling boats, maybe.
Nice.
But yeah, good for them. Okay, so Dan Aykroyd, Dana Carvey.
Yeah.
I feel like if Dana showed up, we wouldn't have got maybe Coffee Time. We might have got a Wayne's World, which is what I wanted. But there was no Dana, so no Wayne's World. Okay. Third, politely declining the invitation, something I know a lot about, is Bill Hader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any more big glaring omissions for you guys?
Those are the biggest ones for me.
It's weird. Yeah, Dan especially. Like, I mean, from the original cast.
There's a bunch of articles out there of why they couldn't make it and stuff. And here's the thing: they were both involved in a lot of the document. All 3 of those guys were involved in the documentaries leading up to it, but just didn't come to the actual show.
Interesting. I mean, Aykroyd particularly. I saw him a lot in that Tragically Hip documentary on Prime there, but I don't know.
Did we talk about the film Saturday Night that's already on Netflix?
I haven't seen it.
It's really good.
I liked it too.
It's Reitman's son, right? Jason Reitman.
Yeah,
right?
I liked it too. Yeah,
I haven't watched it. I've heard mixed reviews.
It's worth watching.
I gotta say, I love the fucking thing.
I really enjoyed
But I
it.
also like the Blackberry movie.
I
Did
never
you see
saw
the
that.
Blackberry
No,
movie?
I heard it's good.
See,
though.
I like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and this is like that similar vibe. I liked it very much. All right, this won an Oscar. What's going on here, Bob?
This won the Academy Award for Best Original Song that year.
All right, here we go.
Or would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a mule? A mule is an animal with long, funny ears, kicks up at anything he hears.
His back is brawny and his brain is weak. He's just plain stupid with a stubborn streak.
And by the way, if you hate to go
Talking
to
about me?
school, you may grow up to be a mule.
Or would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are? Roo-doo.
Or would you rather be a pig?
So there you go. That is, of course, Bing Crosby.
What a great choice.
The movie was Going My Way from 1944. It was number 37 in AFI's 100 Years, 100 Songs list in 2004. Now, that song is written by Jimmy Van Heusen and Johnny Burke. Jimmy Van Heusen is the composer. If I didn't know the prolific history of Jimmy Van Heusen, it's insane.
Isn't it crazy when you
how
learn that?
much
Yeah.
this guy has written and how much he's been nominated? He has won 4 Academy Awards for Swinging on a Star, All the Way, High Hopes, and Call Me Irresponsible. Nominated like another.
Did you blow your mind blow?
No, I mean you can play it. Just play it.
Yeah, what a great song this is.
He also did.
Next time you're found with your chin on the ground, there's a lot to be learned. So look around.
Just what makes that little old ant think?
Right. So this was this is Frank doing. I can't remember what. I don't even remember the name of this one.
High Hopes.
High Hopes.
This is High Hopes.
This is
Yes.
High Hopes.
That's right. Right. Sorry.
Because
He never remembers his mind blows.
Nope.
High hopes he's got.
This one for best song in
It's a more innocent time.
1959.
It's no lose yourself, but it'll do.
Yes, right.
Frank Sinatra. By the way, when you're done your mind blows, maybe I come in and do a mind blow.
Yeah, go for it.
And then you'll finish off your mind blows.
Sure, go for it.
It's kind of tied to this. Okay, so
I think my next one is also Frank related. So
Yeah, so you sent in swinging on a star.
So I'll tell you how I found out about that song.
Yeah, yeah.
Like when I was a kid, the very first album that was put out for kids, like was called Mini Pops.
Yes, I remember.
Do you remember the very first Mini Pops
I owned
album?
Mini Pop. I remember
owned
it had
it.
Behind the Green Door.
Yes,
I had that.
and
one.
there was
I loved
9 to
it.
5 on it, and there was this like little girl who was like wearing too much makeup on the front. But when I was a kid, I was like, oh, I like her.
Yeah, John Benet Ramsey.
Yeah, a little bit.
Right.
But there on the B side of it, there is a compilation or like a medley of novelty songs.
Yeah.
It includes "Would You Like to Swing on
Okay,
a
so
Star?"
similar origin story, except mine's a bit later maybe, but I'm watching TV one weekend. So what I'm playing right now is the opening theme song to a shitty show I watched far too much of, and I don't know why I watched it, but nothing else was fucking on. Like, there's nothing on.
We've talked about this.
Out of This World.
Out of This World. I never even.
This is the theme song to Out of This World, and I watched it because I don't know how to tell my children this.
It was the only thing that was on.
It was literally the only thing on. I don't know whether it'd be a Saturday or Sunday or whatever, and this is on TV.
I forgot.
Yeah, and she could stop time.
Yes.
putting her fingers
I put
together.
this in the same category as that one Little Wonder with the robot girl.
Yeah. People get them confused all the time.
They're very similar. They were on at the same time.
And
But
they're
yes,
like cheap syndicated programming or whatever.
like cheaper. It looks cheaper than Mr. Belvedere. Like,
well, Mr. Belvedere was at least a network show. Here's the closing theme. I'm looking now.
Wow.
Dennis Haysbert was in this episode. Dennis Haysbert would become what? The president in 24?
Oh yeah,
that's so funny.
Big deal. Anyway,
I forgot about that. So I never even realized that was the theme song.
My first thought when you kicked it.
Oh yeah.
out.
So my last song is also written by our award-winning Jimmy Van Heusen.
Yeah.
Also a TV theme I thought I would share.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
Right.
he wrote this.
That's right.
And really, would
I love this show at the time.
Would Married with Children have succeeded without this opening?
Right.
I think it's so iconic.
It really is.
Love and marriage go together like a horse.
And you know they didn't have the rights for the DVD release, so you know that they had to put in another.
Oh.
You can find it on YouTube. They had to replace this song with a sound-alike.
Really?
And it sucks.
Oh, it's so bad, I'm sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
So everything's the same except you don't hear Frank.
That's so
You hear
funny.
some sound-alike marriage song.
I guess the lesson from this, if there was a lesson, this Jimmy Van Heusen, insanely important in American music history.
There's a bunch of guys that are like that. Like, you see the name and you all of a sudden go and explore.
And you look,
Yeah.
this guy, it's unbelievable how much this guy wrote. It's crazy.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Like Steve Barron directing all those
That's
videos.
right. It really is the same.
Only come
Yeah, Married with Children, man. Wow.
it's on right now on that Pluto TV. It's streaming all the time. It's so bad. Like, it does not hold up. I mean, I guess it has its moments.
No peg.
Yeah,
You know why people have trouble with it now? Okay, so he lives a pretty good middle-class lifestyle based on selling shoes, which no one can relate to anymore.
No.
Secondly, he's got a hot fucking wife. Like, that's a
Yeah.
hot piece of
Yeah.
ass he's got.
Peg, do I have
who
to
just
again?
wants to fuck the guy. And he's like, can't be bothered. And you're like, serve some up for poor Peg.
And the way that
Poor
they
baby.
sexualized Kelly Bundy
Oh, yeah.
is
Right.
insane. I don't know how old she was during that show, but my goodness. And she played the dumb blonde so well. I'm glad. She's actually really smart.
Well, you know,
smart
Stu Stone tried out for the Bud Bundy role.
Oh, did
you know
he? The
this part of
audition?
the Stu Stone.
Oh, wow. The lore of Stu
the lore
Stone?
of Stu Stone, who's here next week, and maybe I'll revisit this with
Yeah.
him. But he tried out for the Bud Bundy role.
I can
And
see
David
that. He
Faustino
could've-
got
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Obviously. What was another? I remember vividly that show I watched quite a bit of because
It was the neighbors. Remember
Marcy?
Marcy, that's right.
Yeah, and Steve.
And Marcy and Steve, that's right. And yeah, it was
course.
just... It was a show that, I'm just literally toilet humor. He loved talking about toilets.
I distinctly remember an episode with of a young, and again, I was young, so it's like age appropriate for me.
Yeah.
But Mila Jovovich. Am I saying it right?
Yeah,
And
sure.
she was smoking hot, and I remember the joke was Bud Bundy was drilling a hole in the wall to like watch her change or something.
Yeah.
And somebody, I think Kelly goes up to Bud and says something like, "What are you building there?" And then Bud goes, a home entertainment system. And I thought it was the fucking best. I mean, look, it doesn't age well. But
So Christina Applegate, when she started playing Kelly Bundy, was only 15, and she was playing a dumb blonde slut essentially.
Do you remember a terrible looking in hindsight, but a rap band called Black Young Teenagers or something like that, but they were white guys?
No.
Okay. And they had a song. I saw the video on Rap City. Rap City was appointment viewing for me, and I would record it to VHS. It was tough to get your Public Enemy videos outside of Rap City, okay? Unless you got a Public Enemy spotlight. Remember the spotlights? Those were fucking great.
Yeah.
But I recorded this song. The song was called Kelly Bundy. Nobody knows I had Kelly Bundy. Like, looking back, it was the worst song, but I definitely enjoyed it.
Do you remember in 1990, PM Dawn did
Set Adrift on
It's about Christina Applegate. It says right in it, Christina Applegate, I'm a fan. It's like there's a whole thing.
Right.
Yes.
And then that's right. And that was Tis True by
it's
Scandal Ballet.
the sample.
Dun,
It's a real
dun,
sample.
dun,
Actually, I should have done that for a sample song.
That's a good one, actually. Okay, so I'm mildly vamping for Rob Preuss to finish his urination because this song is for him. And I'm going to kick it the moment he sits down and puts on his headphones.
We should talk about,
Kelly Bundy?
Just about inappropriate songs that, when you think she's 16, she's beautiful and she's mine. Right. There's a song by Frankie Avalon from 1956 that I heard. It's called Bobby Socks to Stockings, and it is one of the creepiest songs. These are called these are called problematic jams. I wanted to do this.
Yeah, you've always wanted to do it.
Cam vetoed it. So we were going to do it. Stu and I had it all lined up. Problematic jams.
Oh, I could name, yeah.
And I was excited about it. And then Cam
didn't want to
always worried about his corporate reputation. Put a kibosh on it.
Cam thinks he's a little more important than he actually is, doesn't
100%.
he? No, I'm just
let's do it.
Well, we know you and Cam don't get along.
No, he hates me. Yeah, I don't know why. I think I walked by him at our Loblaws
and he
near
sneered
us.
at you?
Yeah, I think he actually he spat at me.
See, some people are lucky enough. Shout out to Robbie Allen. Some people are lucky enough to walk by Biff naked, and some people have to walk by fucking Cam Gordon. Right. So my goodness gracious.
Anyways, let's talk about that. But we still have Rob's other one to do.
We did mine.
We're on mine. My last one.
No, I meant the next theme.
It's for Rob.
The next theme.
Oh.
What is
oh
the
yeah,
next
no,
year's?
we talked
you
about
wanted to do one.
I don't know. We had two going on. We had outer space, and then there was something else.
I thought it was yours.
No, it was Mike's.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, let's save it for next time.
I can't remember, so we'll talk about it later.
But
I will wrap us up by kicking out a jam that Rob and I both wanted to kick out, but I had it first.
Oh, yes.
I think let's listen.
Yep.
She was underwhelmed, if that's all. I know it's not because I looked it up. Just one of those skills I learned in my school. She was over. It's a Preuss jam, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Every night is a different flight to a different galaxy. Do a sold-out show, then I hit the road in my starship limousine. Get so damn tired and uninspired, doing all these one-night stands. It's a giant leap for rock and roll, but it's too much for just one man. I'm a spaceship superstar, and got a solar power laser beam guitar. Spaceship superstar, I'm at the top of all the charts on Mars.
All right, let me talk about Spaceship Superstar, the first single by Prism. I'm looking at Rob because I feel like Rob would be a Prison fan.
Prism, are you kidding? When this came out, I lost my mind because that was I was 11, and that's when I got my first synthesizer, and I would listen to this and be like, "What the hell is this?" Yeah, changed my life.
Wow. Okay. And then even, did you know this thing hit the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 singles chart? It went up to 82.
Yeah.
Spaceship Superstar by Canada's own Prism. Okay, it went to 63 on our charts, but of course...
Only what?
Yeah, but that's the masses. They don't know what what did Sloan ever do on those charts, right? Like, fuck those charts. Come on.
It was a big hit in Hamilton.
So 1978.
Yeah.
We're talking about. And in 2011, they would use this song to wake up the astronauts aboard Space Shuttle Discovery. This was the wake-up song for the astronauts on Space Shuttle Discovery in 2011.
Here comes a good synth solo.
Oh, here we go.
Wait, yeah, here it comes. Wait. It rides out the song.
Good, I got more mind blows coming up.
It's like Styx.
Very Styx. So is that a sequenced piano?
No, that's a move he's playing. Oh no, he's playing that.
He's playing that too? Yeah, okay.
But then it gets faster. Here it comes.
So he's over here with that two different keyboards, right?
Come on. It's like, you know what it's like? You jump, Van Halen.
Yes, that is. Yes. What year is this from?
78.
78.
Wow.
So, I'm glad you're talking about inspirations here, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to play a little bit of 3 songs you know that inspired this song, Spaceship Superstar. You ready?
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
All this whole album, The Who. So, huge influence over on that song is The Who. This is Baba O'Reilly.
Yep.
Shout out to Pro Jam, who does a great cover of Baba O'Reilly.
Cover it all the time.
In that Lonely Island best of thing that Andy Samberg does with Lady Gaga for that thing I watched last night. Who's doing the Michael Bolton part? But Eddie Vedder.
Oh.
Fucking amazing.
I haven't seen it.
You gotta see it.
I know.
It's on YouTube. Just watch The Lonely Planet.
Is it on YouTube now?
Yeah.
Because they were.
I shared it in the chat actually a few
did
days
you?
ago.
Okay, good.
Yeah. All right, so The Who, Bubba O'Reilly, obviously, but I'm not done yet.
Yes.
I think we talked about this recently. Free Ride. And one more obvious inspiration.
Kraftwerk, of course. Yeah, I was going to pick a Kraftwerk song as well because their sound is all outer space. Like, you know, those synthesizers, it's otherworldly. On the spaceship superstar.
Right. Wild, right?
Got a solar-powered laser beam guitar. Spaceship superstar. Spaceship superstar. It's all the same. Yeah. It's those same 3 chords in rock and roll, right? Even on a synthesizer. The other thing about Spaceship Superstar, written by Jim Vallance.
Oh, that's my mind.
Is that your mind blown?
Oh,
sorry, dude.
Fuck off, Preuss. I'm doing that right now.
Okay, go.
I'll pretend you didn't say. I'll fix that in post, and this is what I'm
Erase
gonna
that,
say.
yeah.
Ready for a mind blow, guys?
Yeah, do it.
Who do you think wrote?
I have no idea.
That Prism. So he was in Prism, although left the band before that song was a hit.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he also had an alias back then. Can Rob Preuss tell me the Jim Vallance pseudonym?
Nope.
Rodney Higgs. So Jim Vallance as Rodney Higgs wrote that song I just played. Jim Vallance. How do I know this name? Oh yeah, I did 2.5 fucking hours on Tears Are Not Enough. Okay, Jim Vallance wrote that song with others. But Jim Vallance, what are other songs Jim Vallance? I mean, he's written so many great songs. But let me just play a couple. I've already played one today, by the way. But I'm going to just play another song. An FOTM jam.
Yep.
That's important, everybody. I played Bryan Adams earlier. He's on this song.
Yep.
Jim Valance and him, they go to the washroom together. Okay?
Yes, I heard this story.
I won't repeat that for Bobby here. But just because, for shits and giggles, another song written by Jim Valance, okay?
I got my first real 6-string, bought it at the 5 and dime, played it till my fingers bled, was the summer of 69, me and some guys from school.
On our way out, I'll say this was a great episode of Toast. I fucking loved it.
Fun
one.
It was a good one. We didn't even reference the fact that we had more snow dumped on us this past weekend than since I moved to this neighborhood. This is the most I've shoveled.
Lots of shoveling, right?
Crazy
Crazy out there.
And I drove 600 kilometers in it.
Wow.
Crazy. Because I went back and forth from a cottage to be on the air all weekend.
Jeez, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nuts.
It's fucking crazy.
These are the best years of our lives.
There was a day, I think it was Saturday. I'm trying to remember my days, but there was a day I had to go out like every couple hours and shovel.
Yeah.
I've never
Saturday.
shoveled. I just shoveled. Yeah, it was Saturday. It was just relentless. It just kept coming. And then I ran out of
You just
places.
said relentless like Trump. Relentless. It was just-
How do you say it?
Relentless.
No, it's just the way you, I don't know, it just... relentless.
Get the fuck out of here with your Trump love. Get out of here.
No love, it's an observation.
So I thought maybe a summer of 69 on our way out, because
There you
I
go.
will tell you, the snow will melt. It might
Yes.
take a while.
By June it'll
3
be gone.
weeks they're saying it's going to take to clear it all.
Do you know what the snow really does? It fucks up my cycling stats.
Oh, I
Of
bet.
course.
Get that violin out, buddy. Let's
Yeah.
go. Because I have targets, and I've really been fucked over by this particular snowstorm where it's some of these trails I rely on are unrideable.
Yep.
Unrideable.
Nope. It's not happening.
Are we going to come up with a topic for next week?
Next month?
I like the problematic
Next
one.
month? Did I say week?
I could do the problematic
Okay, let's
one.
kick out problematic jams. It'll be fun.
I've got one right off the top of my head, the one I just mentioned. I want to do that. We got to listen to that.
Basically, the only rule is you're kicking out songs that are problematic.
Yeah.
You explain why they're problematic.
Why do you find it problematic?
Why
Yeah.
is this song problematic?
Yep.
Sure.
We probably kicked out a couple of problematic jams today. Who knows?
Yep.
But
Yeah, let's do it.
absolutely.
It'll be controversial.
Yeah, controversy is okay. We give it proper context.
controversy.
We're not condoning P. Diddy's activities.
That's right.
We're saying it was a good fucking jam.
Yep. Can we listen to R. Kelly anymore?
That's right.
Stay tuned, everybody.
Yeah.
Problematic jams coming in March 2025. Who put this cover of Rosie and Gray together?
know.
Rob, it's a good job. You know what? But I am thinking this, and I don't want to put any pressure on you. But
Time for an update.
new
Yeah. New mind blows?
Easter eggs.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll do
Easter's
it.
coming, by the way.
I'll give 'em to you.
Shout out to the Christians out there. So they don't get enough love, those Christians.
No, that's right. They're
Come
the
on.
most oppressed and yeah.
I feel sorry for all the straight, cis, white male Christians out there.
That's right.
Nothing breaks
There's a
their
war
way
on
anymore.
every year there's a war on Christmas. They're trying to take the Christ out of Christmas, apparently.
Well, that's bullshit, Rob. But you need a new version of this with new Easter
Okay.
eggs, because it's fun when it's fresh and you talk about what are these Easter eggs.
You could give me a couple suggestions for some new Easter eggs.
But you listen to Toronto Mike, right?
No, I know. Yeah.
I feel like you've listened enough that you know the touch points, the
It's
things I
true.
come back
It's
to.
true.
Bob knows exactly where I'm going before I go, because there's been a lot of episodes of this fucking show. When's the next episode of Bob's Basement?
It's a good question.
Oh,
I'm finding a hard time to figure out how to manage the radio show and then the podcast. I do want to. It's on the radar. I just don't know what yet.
It'll be
VP
there.
of Sales wants a Criminal Mind Easter egg.
Oh, I could do that.
Ooh.
That's a good one, actually. Yeah. I like
Shout
that.
out to Gowan.
Yeah.
Shout out to Styx. Didn't we talk about Styx in this episode?
Yep.
What a small world we live in. Jeremy Hopkins says it was an amazing toast. Andy says it was another great episode, and she's looking forward to problematic jams.
All right.
Canada Kev won Zombie Jesus. Oh, I thought he was asking for Zombie Jesus jams. But he's just saying it's Zombie Jesus. Oh, shout out to the Christians. I don't want to pick on them
No,
today.
exactly.
I got bigger fish to fry.
Yep.
Like that fucking president of the United States
That's right.
of America. Go Canada on Thursday night.
Oh, yes. Looking forward to that.
And that brings us to the end of our 1,000 633rd show. Go to torontomike.com for all your Toronto Mike needs.
Which there are many.
Much love to all who made this possible. That's Great Lakes Brewery. I enjoyed my burst.
Yes.
Thank you. The Vienna Lager is lovely.
Palma Pasta. RecycleMyElectronics.ca. Building Toronto Skyline. And Ridley Funeral Home. See you all tomorrow morning. I'm on the live stream at 9 a.m. with Member of Parliament Marcy Ian.
In the basement?
I'm so fucking done with Zooms.
Yeah,
I let
good.
John roll in Zooms because he's recovering from a stroke.
Yeah.
And he's in London, Ontario. That's how you get a Zoom.
I was surprised you did that, yeah.
You were surprised, but I also made sure that Bob was in the basement.
Yep.
Bob Klainek.
Yes.
We need more Easter eggs. I like this Easter egg, but there's others we can do.
Give me some more.
All right. Peace and love. See you tomorrow morning with Marcy. Don't eat your pizza at Pizza Nova. Go to Palma Pasta.